Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Great Library. I'm Tom. We're going to be playing a solo game today. I'm going to stall for a bit and make sure that I'm coming through okay to you. There's a bit of a delay, but all of the bars and things are working my end, so I'm going to assume that we're broadcasting properly. Hi, everyone. That is having a chat. Christmas in the old country. Soon in it. Speaking of soon, you've got about, I think, are we in the last 48 hours now of the campaign for the Great Library? This is currently on Kickstarter. And caveats, it's a prototype, but like the Speakeasy one, you'd be hard pushed to tell the difference between, like, things could change, like numbers could tweak, rules could tweak, and things like that could change. As they all could with Kickstarters, but should be pretty representative of what you'll get. So yeah, you can still back and get a hold of it. And probably, I think you can add on other games if you like the Speakeasy one from a few weeks ago. I really want to do another Speakeasy as well. But cramming that in, it's the Great Library for tonight. AV good, brilliant, thank you. It's a big board. I think it's probably the same size as all of them. Like Speakeasy had to zoom out more because it had the big harbour board, which I think has been made smaller in the final version. A little bit smaller. I saw a picture of someone having it sideways in their box. Tried that with mine, organising it. I was like, oh, it doesn't fit sideways. So I shouldn't have shrunk it. There's this little board as well. But yeah, we're a bit more zoomed in than Speakeasy. But I'd say probably it's the same board size that we're used to for the deluxe editions. So, as you'd expect, Vita Lacerda, design, Ian O'Toole, graphics. And I think, is Shelley here? Hey, Shelley. Shelley is one of the developers of Vital's games and sometimes co-designer of solo modes. Co-designed the Speakeasy solo mode. I was going to say Skylanders then. Weird thing pop in my head. Vital designer Skylanders game. So, if we're all online and ready to go, let's get into it. This is always like a big panic now. Do I remember the game? I think so. So, we are in the Great Library of Alexandria. I can't say words, but I know the rules in my head. We are going to be researching great works. Here is the library. At the moment, it's just got a bit of crafts in it, but we're going to be filling it with manuscripts and all sorts. We are going to be delivering crafts. We're going to be training scholars to be able to translate these manuscripts. We can, if we impress them enough, we can invite these very learned scholars into our boards to help us out with extra actions. We can do research in the academy to accomplish great works, to, well, translate these great works, I imagine. Like the Odyssey and the Iliad are in there. And a load of things. All kind of parts of trying to gain the favour of the king. We will get these cards that tell us what the king is after. And if we can put those things on our shelves, we will then be able to put them in the library. There's obviously, like, it's a Vita Lacerda game. There are many ways around what you want to do in this game. Like, the kind of core thing is you've got the cards of the things you want to do. One straightforward way of doing that, you get the people, you don't always have to train them up. You get the translators, you go translate the things, they match your cards, you put them in there, you get points if the timing's right. And as always as well, there is a new different kind of action selection mechanism in that there's a lot of different ways to trigger an action. So we'll see in a minute, there's a planning phase where we've got a couple of scholars each, and we will place them on these tiles. And they're going to be a couple of actions we'll get to do in the round. But that is one of 5 options of the ways that you can trigger the things. It's really cool how it works. And that, like, there's executive actions as well that we don't need to worry about too much yet. Where's my dice gone? There it is. Marty had a quick walk across the board earlier. Hey, Shelley is in here. We standardized the main board. So yeah, sometimes there'll be extra boards and things, but generally the main player board is the same. Oh, I should say as well, for prototype purposes, our solo opponent here, Zoticus. Am I remembering it? I think so. Pronunciation questionable, but you could say that about the way I say English words as well. Some people would. So we are playing against Zoticus, our solo opponent, and you might seem familiar if you've seen a picture of Vita Lazarda. The solo bits, you'll see some normal game bits are on there, but the actual board and the cards and things are just off my printer. So don't think that's what you're going to get, because my printer couldn't handle doing that many copies for you. It's just it's thin card and Brit sticks. We've seen the first card. It's all over. So we have done the inauguration, which the bot doesn't need to do. That was just basically, we started with 2 Kings request cards. I picked one, and then you can have a starting manuscript of any of the 3 colours. You don't score, like usually you score when you translate these things and put them on your shelf. You don't at the start because you haven't done any work towards it yet. It goes on your shelf. You've got 4 spaces on your shelf, and you put one of your tokens on here. It's up to you where you take it from. You've got 12 options. In the future, we will get library tokens, these kind of dark grey cylinders, and they are one of your executive actions you can do at the start of a turn to pop on one of these that's empty and get the related benefit. So the one I've gone for is, at some point in the future, when we've got hold of these tokens at the start of my turn, I'll be able to get hold of another King's Request card and not have to pay any time. Time is the big thing in this game. You do have resources to spend. You've got these and King's Grace and research tokens, but the biggest worry restriction is your time. You need it. What was I going on about? Oh yeah, the inauguration. So yeah, I picked that. I picked which colour of manuscript I wanted to start with. So the colours represent Laws and Oratory is orange. So the king would like me to translate one of those and one of something else. The others are green is arts and satire, and blue is medicine and philosophy. So I decided to start with that basically, and then just randomly did the turn order. I am going to be starting, which means I'm going to get second pick in the planning in a minute. So hopefully that still goes okay. But because I'm first, I get 7 time. I would have got 9 time otherwise. It determines where our starting scribes start here. This is the 2-player side of the board. 1 and 2 player. 2 player is simulating a 2-player game. It tells us where these start. And I think, generally, there's no like extra bits to that. Those are the steps. Pick a card, pick a manuscript, get your starting time based on your turn order. And then we can start the game. So there is going to be generations. In those generations, like kind of big overarching rounds. In each generation, we're going to have a planning phase. We've got our 2 workers here in reverse turn order. We're going to place them on one of these 7 tokens here. If you can see bird's eye wise, but these are just printed things on the board. These are the 7 different action tokens that relate to most of the places on the board. There is one extra place on the board that's not an action space. It's just where the scholars live when they're chilling out. But yeah, these are the main places on the board we will go to do things. We're going to place in reverse turn order 1 worker at a time in these places, earn some time from it, and it's where we're going to be able to trigger 2 actions from. Maybe the same one twice if you really want to. Then we're going to have the execution phase, which sounds scary, but that's not until the church got rid of the library in the end. We are basically going to take turns, and we're going to activate actions in all sorts of cool ways. And then there's the end of generation phase, which is a bit of cleanup stuff. The end of the game is going to be 3 or 4 of those generations. And the trigger for the end is the second event happens, or there are 2 or fewer free spaces in the library. Now, at the start of the game, get used to which of my buttons I set up earlier to do this, At the start of the game, we have one bit of the library that is not empty. There is a starting craft in here, and some cards determined where these start out. These are empty spaces and bonuses you'll get if you put things in there. These here are location tokens that we can get if we put particular things on these spaces, but apart from that, they are empty. I know there's a bit of cardboard in there, but for game purposes, they're empty. So yeah, second event or 2 or fewer spaces in the library triggers the end. Depending on how it's triggered, we might get an extra round. But then we add up all of our points. We will mostly get them from translating things, whether they are the manuscripts or the great works, or grabbing hold of crafts and placing them in here by fulfilling King's Favours. You'll get points from a few other ways as well, like you can get rid of some goods at the navigation action. You'll get points for impressing these very learned people. There's other ways you'll earn renown as well, but that's our big drive. Do stuff, get it in the library, earn points for putting the right thing in the right place. So the planning phase first, it's in reverse turn order. So what we do for the bot, and it's another one where like there's a load of symbols on here, but as soon as you've played like a game with half a game with it, it's just describing each action for you. Like the flow of the turn is really smooth, that we'll see in a minute. But for the planning phase, he's got these generation cards that relate to those tiles up there. Draws one, and he is going to put his scholar on that action. So that is going to be the Academy action. So he pops it on there. I know he's first, so he wouldn't place in the same place as someone else. If I want to go there now, I need to pay him 2 time. Effectively, I will lose 2 time. He'll gain 2 time. It's if you're playing at a higher player count, 3 or 4 players, I think that's just 1 time. And I don't think I want to go there anyway. The thing I've got my eye on is the harbour. And that's this one all the way on the left here, partly because it's all the way on the left. So I think I'm going to pop my scholar there. Now, Zoticus doesn't have to worry about time, resources. He does gain resources, but he just gets points for them. He doesn't have to worry about paying for things, whether he's got enough time for stuff. He sometimes won't be able to do the action he's trying to do, but he's not short of time and stuff. When I choose one of these in the planning phase, for every tile in front of the one I just picked, I get a time. So that's why this is the most attractive one in that respect, because I will earn 6 time for choosing that one. And I've only got 7 at the start, and you'll see in a minute how we burn through it. So I gain 6 time, I'm at 13, and we see where Zoticus is going to go. Oh, these were easier before I glued the back onto him. He's going to go to the garden. So I would like to go to the garden, really. I don't really want to pay him 2 times. I suppose I will get more time than that. I'd pay him 2 and then I would get 5 time. Well, I wouldn't pay him 2, would I? He doesn't care about time. I would just lose 2. But we could... Like, they're all going to be pretty good to start with. Maybe I would like to go to the school and train up some scribes. I don't know if I want to do it twice is the thing. Maybe of all of the stuff that I've got... Oh, I don't like this. It's not going to earn me much time. But we'll go harbour. So I get 2 more time. I want more than that, but he's picked the thing I was going to pick. So we've done the planning phase now. 3 or 4, you don't have to pay any time. Ugh, shows how much I know about higher player counts of things. I suppose, yeah, there's going to be more people on the actions, isn't there? So we're done with the planning phase. Now we have the execution phase, which is in turn order. So I will be starting for this. And let's see if I remember my lists. So there are 5 things you can do. You can do an executive action first, but we don't really have to worry about that yet. The executive actions relate to, have you got a library token you can place on something? I haven't. Have you got an invited scholar you can send somewhere? I haven't. So don't worry about them. You can do 1 each of those at the start of your at the very start of your turn. But yeah, we can't yet, so don't worry about it. There are 5 main ways you can do actions. Some of them are just passing. You can use a location tile. We start out with one of these on our board, and I am just using like the, for your first few games, setup of these, but you can put these how you like in your starting setup. Like, it'll matter whether they're on this side or this side, which one you've ended up with here. So this is available to me right now. I can say this is going to be my main action. I choose one of these things. On the ship actions, they've either got a benefit before the action or during or after if it's at the bottom. So I would get myself King's Grace and choose one of these actions to do, carry it out, and that would be my main turn. You can also get these location tiles from putting things in the library and from inviting scholars onto your board. You can get a location one from there as well, and getting more ships. So we can use a location tile. We can take a time action on the board up here. There's more of these in a game with more players. This board is double-sided as well as the main one, where these actions aren't split. They are just separate with an individual die for each one. So these are rolled at the start of each generation. And your option with one of these dice is you can either pay the amount of time to take one of the relevant actions, or you can pay silver, which is one of the resources in the game, to gain that much time. So high and low rolls, very good. There are ways we can manipulate those dice later on. But yeah, if I wanted a load of time or wanted to do something for cheap, that's an option that I'm probably leaning towards, to be honest. You can use a scholar. Later on, we will get these invited ones that we can also place out on things. But at the start of the game, that means our local scholars here that we've placed on the planning actions. So we would grab them, place them on the relevant place, carry out the action, and if we're the last person on that token, it moves to the rightmost space and we get the bonus that we're covering up, or trigger the event if that happens to be the space that it's going on. So how many is that? 3. Location tile, time dice, scholars. You can complete a King's Favour as you turn if you have got the proper manuscripts, and you can read, which is basically just passing. Pick one of these options for the turn order you want next time, and that's you done for the round. When you pass, if other players keep taking turns other than I'm going to pass as well, if they do anything other than passing, they have to pay you 2 times. That's the thing that's 1 time on the other side of the board, I think. Yeah, in the 2-player stroke solo game anyway, if they want to keep going after you've passed, they pay 2 time, you will earn 2 time. So it can help to be efficient here, especially like you would love to go into future generations with a load of these actions available to you through having a load of time. So because he can't affect my location action, he could go to a place I want to, like this is get a King's Favour card, go to the palace, or move your ships in the navigation action. He could take the thing I want. He could end up in the space I want and make it more expensive to me. He might take the card I want, but he can't stop me from doing those actions because that's a location tile I've got. He can stop me from taking these time dice because they might not still be there. Like they are one use for the generation. So I'm leaning towards doing one of them, and we've got a couple of very cheap ones out. So the garden's not an option because the invited scholars are only interested in you if you've put certain things in the library. We've done nothing yet, so don't worry about that. The school is where you will train up the scholars, the scribes, to be able to translate things. Get another King's Favour card. It'll be helpful. We'll need one at some point. But I think I'm going to go to the harbour and grab myself a new ship. So the die moves over here, and I need to pay 1 time. So we're on 14. And I need to come to the harbour action. I don't know why that made me pause. So if you come here with scholars, you place them in these available spaces and it costs you extra time. We're doing it with a time die, so we don't worry about that. We do the actual main action, which is pay 2 time. So I'm now down to 12. And then I need to gain myself a new boat, effectively. So these are my available ones, all these with the wheels on them still. The one I pick will come down here, and I will be able to use it as a location tile at in a future turn, like from straight away. So depending on which side I pick from, it's going to affect a bonus I can pick from straight away. You see, on this royal ship side here, I can just gain myself potentially a big bonus 3 times for nothing. Over on the merchant ship side, you're going to have to pay something to get something. But it's going to affect what stuff you can store. Like, there are a lot of these merchant spaces you'll land on. When you do land on them, you can pick up a good for every merchant ship, for every icon of this type you can see. So getting those out could be really good for getting more resources, having space for those. The royal ship side can carry the translation stones that you can get on these later actions, and I've forgotten the word for these things, crafts. The crafts tiles here, like you can carry 2 things at once instead of just 1. So I think, like, and it depends, like, maybe I really want to activate an action as well. Like, I do want the garden to happen. So the way I was thinking before they went, I still could go there, and I've got some time, but I think we're going to do some boating as well. And there's loads, like, you can activate some actions from, like, not just the time dice and your location tiles. You can activate actions on the navigation action as well. There's loads of ways of doing what you want, as you might expect from Vital. But yeah, the first one I thought was, well, I'll go on the garden and get that sorted. So maybe I want to unlock the ship that's going to let me do that action later. It gives me some research. I like the idea of getting... I like the idea of getting more ships out and getting a load of these goods when we do move. And maybe that will be the way I trigger the garden action. I'm going to go for this one. I want to try as well. I want to try and make good decisions, but I want to try and not, like, stall for ages and ages. In and ahhing about it. So the location tile goes here. That's something I've got for the future. I've only got 2 location tile spots. Later on, when we've done a King's Favour card, we will be able to remove one of these purple cubes, and one of your options for a purple cube is this blocker here. So that would let me store more. But for now, if I gain any more location tiles, one of them's getting chucked. So that's the tile from unlocking the ship. I did it from the merchant side, so I'm doing something over here. So I can either pay time to gain research tokens. Research tokens are used to advance in the academy. You can pay silver to gain 3 time. You can pay papyrus to gain any 2 crate goods. The crate goods are what I've got at the start. Silver, papyrus, ink. So I'm thinking time. It could be spend the papyrus, get a couple more silver to enable me to buy some more time dice later. And the easiest craft tile to get to, crafts you buy by doing the navigation action. You can see on them resources that they cost. They are like wildcards. They count as any type of something that you've translated for satisfying the king's favours and putting them in the library. So it might be, I want a load of silver for that. I think, though, if I spend my silver, I can't then go and buy off a time die. I'm going to come back here later, but that space might not be available. I'm going to pop it on here, pay the papyrus, and take 2 crate goods. One's definitely silver, and the other one is silver as well. That's what I'm going to pick. And that is the action. And, like, making everything seem long, going through it, make sure I'm getting it all right, but it's pay 2 time, pick a ship, put a wheel on there. That's all you need to do in the harbour action. He'll shuffle, use generations. Oh, thank you. Shuffle, use generations after the planning. Yeah, I think, like, he does navigation actions a lot, the bot. Whenever he not only will he trigger navigation actions usually, whenever he can't do something, he will navigate. And so I think the third time he navigates, he will take that craft tile away. I don't know that I'm leaning more towards it now I've got the silver. But it's an option. It wasn't where I was going to go. But I'll keep it in mind. I haven't missed anything. It tends to just keep changing loads of harbour actions. Right. So I've done my thing now. I used a time die to go to the harbour action, and we can go to Zoticus' first actual turn. He's got these deck of action cards. We flip one over, and it's going to be either the same thing I'm doing. He's going to trigger a location tile, he will use the time dice, or he will do something from the generation cards. As it is, he's going to do something from a generation card. So we flip over the top card, and he is going to go to the Academy. Now, he doesn't have to have a scholar under the action to do it. I know I do, but he can do what he wants. In this case, he has got one. So he will move it just like I would. Make sure that I'm doing the right thing. So he is going to place this scholar in the Academy action, the cheapest one, make it more expensive for me to come. And if you're, this is true when I take people from these actions as well. If you're the last person there, then you take the tile away and it goes in the rightmost space and you get this bonus. He doesn't care about any of this stuff. He is just, it would have been nice to do the first one and get a King's Grace. They are useful. They are wild. They count as any crate resource. They can be spent as a time, and they're required to take certain King's Favour cards and invited scholars. But that's gone. So now let's do his Academy action. He has got, quickly scrolling, make sure I do it right, but he's basically like, I'm just needlessly worried because you draw one of these craft tiles and it tells you which of the 3 manuscripts he is going for. There is a track in the Academy for each of them. We have drawn orange, so he is going to go up to the next Thoth statue on here. If he was in a section that would get him a great work, then we would do some extra stuff. But as it is, that's all he does. We would have to pay time and research for this, but he doesn't have to do that. So that's his action. He carried out that. So the one time die is still there. Again, I could like hope that it stays out by the time that I manage to get things in the library, but it's doubtful. It's his top priority of die to take, as it would be like any players. So we could go to the school like this, because I've got a location tile that would trigger the school. I've got a location tile that would trigger the harbour again, which would be nice. But let's have a look at educating some scholars. So I'm going to go to the school with this time die, pay 1 time, and we'll hopefully earn some time back in a bit. And let's look at this section. It's on 2 sides of the board. What am I going to do? So one thing I'm thinking about is I want to translate something that isn't orange. So I'm looking at the other 2 colours out here. Out of what's been put out just randomly in setup, the medicine and philosophy ones here, they're worth fewer renown points, but they're easier to translate at the same time. It will take me less time to do it just to get in there. Because this on the left is not only the time you'll take to translate it when we come here later, they are the values of the scholars you need to be able to translate them. So I'm thinking medicine, for which I'll only need a value of 8. So when we come and do this school action, we can take up to 2 scholars from this residence here. This is the location that isn't really a location. It's just a holding area for these scholars. I can take up to 2 from here. There are different ages of scholar. They're all here. There are young scholars who start out with 0 knowledge at all, and they will progress in steps 1, 2, 3, 4, but the value of their die is doubled when they need to translate. There are middle-aged. they come out with 1 knowledge, and every time you increase, they go from 1 to 3, 5, then 6. And there are... Is it termed elderly? I'm just coming up with elderly now. Is that the term that the game uses? It's in the main concept, but it is elderly. They start at 2, and they are just incremented up by 1 every time. There's no special way they go up. So, I am thinking I'm going to go for those. So one of the scholars I want to take is this young blue here. So when I do that, we come over to the school, and he needs to go in one of the available spaces. These are free, but they have to be from the right discipline. These ones cost, but you get a reward. You get some research. I think I'll go for free right now. So the action cost here is you need time to increase the dice. Every time is 1 increase, whatever an increase means to your person. So for taking a young scribe, I have to increase them by at least 1, because they have to have some knowledge, and they come in with none to begin with. So I'll spend a time to put them on 1 right now. For coming here, if you have got a starting scribe still, they increase by 1 for free. So if I want 8, I've at the moment got 4. Like, if I increased him, like, he would just need increasing twice, and then I can do the 8 value of blue, can't I? I can increase him up to 4, and he could do both of them by himself. Increase someone else, and do some greens as well. I've only got 3 shelf spaces, but that's an option too. So we're probably going to increase him more. How much, I'm not quite sure yet. Because you've not only got to have the time now to increase their dice enough, you have then got to pay that amount of time to translate the manuscripts. It's like the amount of knowledge they need and the amount of time it's going to cost you. So I'm thinking that we could do a cheeky quick King's Favour in the future and pop a single blue out. Like, rarer ones in the future will want like a green and orange at the moment. Like, they're going to change and you might take things. I think... like, orange is coming up. Like, it's nice to get a middle-aged one just because they increase more with each step. Like, they increase by 2 for the first 2 steps. But I think I'm going to go with another youngling in Arts and Satire. So I've got to pay another time to educate them to 1. But it's effectively 2 because it's doubled. And take advantage of these free spaces. I don't think I'm going to pay any more for them right now. So I need to pay another couple on here to increase to 3. And then the combination, my starter can be any discipline. You might want to wait for your starters because every time we come back to the school, they do more. And now I've said that they could translate both by just 1 scholar. I think I'm gonna, as long as you've got the time to pay for it, you can keep increasing them. So I'm going to increase him all the way and not increase anyone else anymore. So that's my school action. We came here, we spent loads of time. I've got 6 left. So I need at least 8 to do this, and then we need time to do other stuff. But hopefully we'll get it. I might buy some time next time if that 5's still there. Let's see what Zoticus is going to be up to. He is going to do a location tile. So he's got all of his ship tiles here shuffled up. We draw one. He'll try and do the leftmost thing. If he can't, he'll try and do the rightmost thing. And then if he can't do that, he'll do navigation. A lot of stuff with Zoticus comes down to, if he can't do it, do a navigation action. So a harbour action for him. We draw one of these tiles. His harbour tiles. Again, these just printed off my printer. It tells us where he is getting a ship from. So he's putting a royal ship out, and one of his things just goes out in that space, blocking it off for me. Which probably was where I would put a royal ship to get 3 lovely time. But he is popping it there instead. And I think, if I'm remembering right, that's all he does in a harbour action. Quick, like me doing one. Yeah, if it's available, place it on there. Dun dun dun. I believe. If you request a green and a blue. I'm thinking 2 blues. Let's see how it goes. So, it's back to me. So, in terms of time, I'm quite short of it. We can, like, if I'm going to go to the harbour again, which I have got a location tile for, and a scholar tile for, we can spend a silver to just get 3 time here, and get another boat out. I could just pay a silver to get 5 out right now. So I suppose, like, getting the ship out is going to cost me at least 2 time. I think I'm going to spend the silver. Again, this is another turn. It's dawdling. Spending another silver to gain that 5 time. So you can either pay the time and do the action, or you can spend a silver to gain that much time. Either way, the die is used. And I'm back up to 11, so we'll be able to translate, which maybe I'll do that next. Might do a harbour first. Got to watch out on the time, but that might be what I do. Zoticus is going to use a time die, so here's his priority. He wants 1s and 6s, then 2s and 5s, then 3s and 4s. Whichever he comes to first on his way down this priority, as it doesn't matter what his priority is, because there's only 1 time die left. He's going to take the 3. If it's a 1 to 3, he will try and do the top action that it represents. If it's a 4 to 6, he'll do the bottom. As it is, that doesn't matter, because he took the only one that's only associated with 1 action. He is going to take a navigation action, which is his favourite thing. I'm surprised it's taken him this long. So when he takes a navigation action, he just moves anti-clockwise or counterclockwise to the next space along that he cares about. He cares about spaces that have got this kind of icon on. Get crates and research and stuff. He cares about spaces that have got actions on. He cares about spaces that have got the craft tiles still there. And he'll do some different things. So he's going to stop here. You see how it's similar when I take a navigation action? Where basically, if he stops off at that space, ignore what it says on the tile, and he gets 2 crate goods. Doesn't matter which. He just stacks up his crate goods here. And I'm playing at normal difficulty, which is called Chief Librarian difficulty. When his fleet returns to Alexandria, it's when we unload our ships and all that good stuff. When he returns to Alexandria, he gets 2 points for every one of these, because otherwise he doesn't care about having resources and things. So he moves to the next base that he cares about and gains stuff based on what the space was. Yeah, I think generally, like, I will make it seem skewed because, like, not only am I, like, describing the actions, but I'm describing, like, what I'm thinking and desperately trying to think of something to do. Like, this is only the 4th time that I'm playing it at the moment. So, me cogs are still sticking. But, yeah, generally, like, things like the harbour, there's still loads of stuff to think about, but generally it's where you're going to put this wheel, what you're going to do there. I think almost every action you can get into the weeds with it and be like, well, this is going to lead to this, and this can lead to this, and this can lead to this. Especially with the invited. I'm excited. I'm going to try and get an invited scholar quickly. Like, we'll see if that works out well for a strategy, but I want to show off what they can do because they're so cool. Okay. He's done a quick action, so time dice off the table now. Don't need to think about that for an option. So, I would like to make these manuscripts. I have not put a scholar on there. I have not got a location tile that allows me to do that yet. A way that I could do it, I've got a couple of ways of triggering the navigation action myself. And one of the early stops on the navigation action. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it there. One of the early stops is do the Scriptorium action, translate the scrolls. So that is something that I could do. And maybe I should be inclined to do that because it gets me first pick on some good spaces that can provide you with a load of time back. On the other hand, for going to this space, see it's got the merchant's crate symbol there. If I was to go to the harbour first and go and get myself another ship and picked one of these, then I would get 3 goods for my trouble for every space that I stop at. I don't get them until I come back to Alexandria, but having that space, having all of that space, and I don't really think that I've done a game yet where I unlocked more than a ship. It's like, you don't have to. As you can imagine, there's so many ways that you can do everything. You can go about everything. He hasn't even gone to the school yet. He may get a great work that would work for his king's favour. I shouldn't dawdle. Let's do it. So I'm going to do a navigation action from my scholar here. So I go on to the next available space and gain the bonus because I was the last person here. That bonus is a research token, which will be used if we go to the academy. He needs to go on the space. So we've definitely got enough time to do this. 1, 2, 8. Yeah, we've got enough. So because I'm actually using a scholar, I need to pop him down there and pay the time. So it's 1 time just to be allowed to place my scholar there. And then when I want to navigate, it is 1 time for every 2 spaces that you want to move along. And you can see, like, I can do these individual steps like him. And maybe I'd want to race. I've still got 2 silver. I could go and get this first, and then we do some translating. But I think we're going to go straight to 1, 2 spaces, so 1 time. So let's pay it before I forget. I'm on a space with that merchant crate symbol, so I can pick a crate good, and I get 1 for every revealed space that I've got on my ship. So we've got no papyrus in one way, but in another way, silver. Oh, silver is very present on... You've got 2 double silver crafts out there. So I think I'm going silver. Maybe we'll stop off somewhere and choose something else. I'm still thinking about papyrus. So I get those. They are on my ships. They're not in my supply. If we come back to Alexandria, they'll go into my supply. And then we carry out what's in here, which happens to be go visit the Scriptorium. So I don't have to pay the stuff here. I now need to bring 2 scribes, up to 2 scribes, into the Scriptorium and translate things that they can translate. These 2 spots are free. These will cost you, but get you some rewards. Might be worth a quite good to get some time back for this. So they could just come from the school, but they could also just... Oh, I should have refilled the residence when I took people from the residence. I do apologise. They could just come straight from the residence. You can't take a young scribe, a starting scribe. No, not starting scribe, just a young scribe. Didn't need an extra word there. You can't take a young scribe because we're not teaching them here. We're not increasing their starting value. So the young starting value is nothing. So you can't bring them in to translate. But you could bring a middle-aged for an extra 1 or an elderly for an extra 2. And you might have bonuses. I think Skycroft was just saying, like, one of the bonuses on one of the ship tiles I've got can give you a temporary 2 extra knowledge. You can unlock these benefits here for, like, the purple ones will come off for doing King's Favour cards. The yellow ones will come off for translating great works of a certain level. And they can give me extra free research. So it might be, like, if you've got all of these bonuses triggered, why not just get someone straight from here and bump them right up? As it is, I think all I want to do is bring in him. I'd like to bring in 2, and I suppose blocking off the spaces doesn't matter to Zoticus. He doesn't pay for him. I'm just going to bring in this young, very well-educated scribe. He's at his maximum education, actually. So his knowledge is 4 times 2. He's got 8. So he has 8 knowledge towards only blue, because that's his type. And so, for the action, we've brought the people in to be able to translate. You need to pay time equal to that knowledge value. So I need to pay 8 hefty time for this. I am down to 1. But I've translated two things. Could have potentially, with more time available and a bit more knowledge, you don't have to stop at two. But as it is, it's only the start. I think doing two feels pretty good. So these go into my shelves. You've only got 4 shelf spaces. So yeah, you can't translate more than you've got space for. For each one of these, I'm going to score renown for them. So that is going to be 4 renown. They were just cheapies. And then I need to put 2 of my seals on them. For the future, that will just say that they're mine. But for now, it's going to unlock 2 potential bonuses for me when we do library actions. So in the position I'm in, more time is always going to be exciting. These are kind of do like a free school thing. Bring someone into the school from the residents. Increase someone you've got in the school by 2 steps. This one, yeah, I like that one. This one is bring your ship back to Alexandria. Usually, you're gonna have to travel back to get all the stuff that your boats are carrying. But with a bonus, we might be able to bring it back early. I'm going to choose those 2 anyway. So we've had the renown, we've done all of that stuff. I think that's all of my... Oh, the dice from your scribes go. Any like remainder they had that they didn't use is lost. Your die goes back here because you can have up to 3 scribes at a time. And then we need to refill. So if there were any in these lighthouse stacks, then they would come over here. They haven't been populated yet. They populate when somebody returns to Alexandria. If there's one in Alexandria, that can go on one of the spaces. We still need to top up, and there's no more blue here, so we go straight from the top of the stacks. Then we need to refill Alexandria with anything we like. I think we'll just keep it even for now. 1 of each up there. And then if you did move someone from the residence, make sure you refill it. I didn't. So I think that is all of the steps I've translated. And next turn, we'll be able to do the King's Favour and get them in the library. And then that will be the... And then we'll be able to go to the garden. Great stuff. So Zoticus is doing a generation tile, and it's going to be the Scriptorium. I don't think he's going to go to the script. So he hasn't got a scholar here, so we don't move the tile. And when it comes to the Scriptorium, so everything I'm saying for him, like he does things his own way and gets to skip some costs and stuff, but it's the way that you would do stuff generally, like how you'd want a bot to act. So he will move up to 2 from here to the Scriptorium, and he's got priorities for which things he wants to translate based on his King's Favours and things like that. But basically all I can see is he has got 1, because he hasn't gone to the school yet, he has got 1 scribe here of value 2. The cheapest manuscript out here is 5. So he moves from the school to the Scriptorium, so he can't translate any manuscripts with what he's got right now. So his default, if he can't do something, he navigates. And we've seen how that works. Go anti-clockwise to the next thing along. So this is an action. So anytime he stops off at a space with this, it's got the crate just like how I would do things. He gets 1 crate good into his hold, and then he is going to activate the action as if he went there. And we've seen the Academy action. He draws one of these script tiles. Good thing I thought I'll glue the backs onto them because they'll look better on camera. I realised they're so much easier to pick up before I did that. So he's going on the green track this time, so he's not going to gain anything, but he is getting closer to gaining stuff next time. That's his action. So now, should probably do King's Favour, although he still hasn't done anything yet to be able to... I think it's just like an easier default thing, like whenever he can't do anything, he will navigate, because him being able to navigate gets him access to practically everything. Like, there is school on there eventually, but by going up these academy tracks, he's getting closer and closer to doing great works, which will fulfill his King's Favour just the same as actually translating stuff would. So, probably want to do the King's Favour. What are the options? Harbour. I don't want to do it from the Scholar. So I've got a tile that does it and would get me a load of time. I don't need time to do this King's Favour, though, and let's show it off as early as possible. So my turn is going to be... Make sure you got all the steps on screen as you're doing it. My turn is going to be... He will fulfill a King's Request card. So I choose one of my 2 available cards, if I've got 2. Which one I'm going to fulfill. So it is an orange and something else. So I'm going to do that. You can, like, substitute Great Works. They have colours of the 3 different types as well. And a craft would count as any colour. But I actually have manuscripts to translate. So I'm going to be putting in an orange and a blue. And I need to move these to the library. Change angle. So what we need to think about here is I can go on any of these spaces without a tile. These ones have to be a craft or a great work that have got these location tiles. And I get the location tile and some research. But you can also place them on these blank spaces. But the manuscripts must go on a completely empty space. So I'm thinking about what benefit do I want? 5 times looking pretty exciting at the moment, considering I've got 1. But also, you want to consider the head librarian of this generation, because he is impressed by certain things that you might do. He's impressed by adjacency. So he would like, let's say a blue will score if it's adjacent to a craft tile. An orange will score for every craft tile or green tile that it is adjacent to in the library when it's placed. So, this isn't going to get me any library things with the colours that I've gone for, I realise now. But it's going to get me some good time, I think. So that's one thing you're thinking of. But also, you can be thinking of your... I forgot the word. Pinax tile. This is like, it's an example of the earliest like library catalogue. These will score us at the end of the game if we have got seals in these particular configurations. Like the red is where we're like imagining like these things are relative to, and then if I had one there, then I would score the full points for this tile. So I could be thinking about trying to make those shapes. We may get more later. So you get 3 for matching 1, 6 for 2, 10 for 3, 15 if you match all the position of all 4 things. Each seal can only count for 1 of these tiles though. So I think it makes sense. One of them will score for being next to the craft tile. And so if I place orange here, it's worth more points. And I'm going to place it on the 5 time there. So it's next to a craft tile, so we'll score 1 time, 3 points. And I get the bonus underneath, 5 time. Now, if it had been next to multiple things, it would score that renown for every time it was next to a relevant thing. The adjacencies don't wrap, by the way, so blue doesn't get points for being adjacent to green. It is just like in this list, and it will change each generation. You can see what next generation's head librarian wants. And the other thing that I was going to say that I forgot. Oh, the other thing, I've remembered it. The other thing you want to be thinking about is the person whose tile you used to get adjacency to make it score gets a library token. The thing that lets us do one of the big executive actions. Unfortunately, that thing was the starting craft tile, which nobody owns. And that's true of, like, if you did the adjacency of your own thing to make you score, then that gives you library tokens, so you can make yourself earn them. So I can either pop it here and get 2 time and make it score. No library tokens wherever I place stuff. So 2 time, but it will score me 2 renown. Or I could just go off for a corner and get another 5 time. I mean, like, these things can be like moved around as well. I was just going to go for the renown, but I think I'm going to go off into the corner. Which corner? This corner. No particularly why. I'm going to get 5 more time. Suddenly, from 1 to 11 with this placement. I think that's all of my steps of placing those things. Next thing on a King's Favour card. Your starting King's Favour is a freebie. I'm going to get these things. In the future, it's going to cost you 1 or 2 times to be able to get these bonuses. But right now, I get a research token, a papyrus, and I get to remove 1 of these purple cubes. So your options, we talked about this, another location token slot, and when you do something with the time dice, you can adjust the one that you're using up or down by 1, and the dice do wrap. I think I'm right in saying. So a double thing there. You have only got room for 2 library tokens for executive actions. Choose this, and you have got unlimited space for them. This one, when you move your navigation, it's +1, so it's a time for every 3 spaces rather than 2. These ones, when you come to the Scriptorium, you get an extra knowledge to what your scholars are actually providing without spending time for it as well. And at the school, someone can get an extra step up without paying for it. Oh, and this one, you can do the research action. Every time you do it, you have 1 free virtual research token that never needs to be spent. Yes, the dice do wrap. Thanks, Shelley. Now we're getting a library token. Yeah. It would have been nice, but I think this is okay as well. I think the thing to do might have been to just go and race for a craft tile, because that would be adjacent to orange and that would have triggered things, but I like the way things have gone so far. We'll see how we score for things. So that is all of my King's Favour stuff, I believe. Fill the King's Request, done all of that, do the adjacency, you may pay the time for the bonus, discard the card, done. Are there 2 or fewer spaces left in the library? That would trigger the end of the game. No. So, it is Zoticus. Oh, by the way, I'm saying this stuff. I'm skipping a bit of Zoticus' turns that we would skip anyway. We first say, can he do his King's Favour card? If he can, he'll do that. Otherwise, he's drawing these action cards. Just realised I've never mentioned that. And he will only keep drawing these if he's got cards left. We discard 1 at the start of each generation. And if I haven't passed yet, if I haven't taken the read action. I haven't, so he's going to keep going. It's a new location tile. He wants to navigate, please. Well, he loves that. And he's going to get his craft tile. So he's going to go to the next space. For going on the craft tile, he just gets it. I think I'm right in saying. Am I missing any bits? Navigation, and his space in a craft tile. He gains the craft tile. And on medium difficulty, it goes straight onto his shelf, and he scores it. So pop a seal on there, and he gets 3 renown for it. 1, 2, 3. Which purple lock are you? Oh yeah, I've explained them and I haven't done it. Okay. So I am probably going to harbour again. I know I'm building up these location tokens, but I don't know if I'll continue to. I like the idea of being able to adjust those dice, though. Will we school again? So I want to garden, and I'm probably going to try and do that with this tile from going to the harbour. But I'll probably go to the harbour with this and then do that. I think I don't anticipate getting 1 billion of these before I can spend them yet. I think going to the school and getting a free leg up. Everything would be good. That's the way things are. I'm going to make it easier to educate people. No, I'm going to make... Yeah. Stick with it. Don't backtrack your decisions. Go for it. So, he's navigated and got himself a nice craft tile, which at this difficulty he can score and place immediately. Now, I think we're going to the harbour. And I think I'm going to do it from this location tile. So I could go to the academy or the harbour. I'm choosing harbour. These are gone, by the way, when you use them. So I can choose either of these things. Before I do the action, I get 4 time. Lovely. And we're going to go harbour. So I was saying, like, technically, we could just come here and unlock this boat, which will let me do the harbour action. It's kind of burning through all of your stuff, isn't it? Doing them all in one go. But I definitely want to be able to do the gardens action. And my scholar is on a harbour action. So I think I'm going to pop this one out. So it's another merchant. And I've still got 2 silver. I mean, at the moment I've got 15 time, so it's not the thing I need the most. I could pay a time, in fact, and go and get 2 research. We're going to need time for the skulls. We're going to need time for stuff. And you can go into the next generation with it as well. It's useful to have. I am going to spend 1 silver to get 3 time. It's done. That's right, 18. Beautiful. And that's me getting a new harbour thing. And so, getting a craft tile, there isn't actually a symbol of getting stuff. But if we went somewhere else, maybe I'd do that. Zoticus is trying to get something in the time die. He can't, so he navigates. There are no dice left, so he just navigates. So he will actually go onto my space. If you end your movement on the same space as someone, I believe you have to pay them as well. But yeah, it's like he's paying me. I gain a crate resource of my choice from the general supply. If I end the same space as his ship, I have to pay a crate to the supply because he doesn't want things. So what would I like? I think another silver. Keep things ticking over. And then we do his stuff. So he's on a crate space. He gains a crate resource. And he is taking the Scriptorium action. Oh, actually, he'll skip this space, can't he? Because he can't do the action. So forget that. I do not get a thing because he won't stop here. Because as we've seen, he can't do Scriptorium. Because he needs to go to the school first. So carrying on, he's going to skip past me and get the craft tile I was thinking about. There's still more than I can afford. It's just going to cost me more time to get there now, unfortunately. Oh yeah, we can do the King's Request. Forget everything that I'm saying. Thank you. Forget you saw that card. The craft tile will still be there. Because, yeah, the craft is wild and counts for his King's favour. Thank you. So when he places things for his King's favour, he basically just goes down the columns, left to right, until he reaches the first. We do his things in order. So his first one will be his starting one. He goes in columns from left to right until he finds the first space on the board that he can gain renown from a thing. So blue wants to be next to a craft tile. So we go down here, there is the first place that he can be next to a craft tile. It scores once, 3 renown, and the owner it's the starting thing, so nobody gets a library token. And then his craft would score for being next to an orange or a blue. This is quite a nice space, actually. So he'll place it here. That's the first space where it's possible. There's actually 2 things that can score that for him. So he gets 3 times 2, 6 points for that. Crafty. But he's used my thing as adjacent, so I get a library token. Lovely. He doesn't care about those things. Let's place them there. After placing all the things, put the card face down. Fill any gaps in his shells by sliding everything along. And that's it. Done. So, I've kind of been given... I suppose technically we shouldn't know what that card is. But I give it a shuffle. But still, there are so many ways that he will take a navigation action. And a veteran of the game would know that he already can't do Scriptorium, so he'll go straight to the craft tile. So should I do a harbour, I can do it with this location tile here. Not harbour, navigation. I could do the navigation action now and get that craft tile. Oh, before the action, do I want to use my library token? Bring my ship back? No. Definitely wait until we've at least got the craft tile. Get the King's favour. We want the craft tile before I need a new King's favour card. Get 2 time, I don't need time. Maybe I'm not going to use it right now. I'm going to wait. Because he hasn't even got a King's favour card. He's not about to do that again, and I'm going to run out of space. I'll hold off on that. So I think I'm going to do some navigation. So first thing, I get a King's Grace token. One of these snakes here. And then I'm going to activate navigation. And I think I'm just going to go to that craft space. So it's going to cost me 1 time to just move 1 space. And I need to pay a silver and a papyrus. And I get the craft tile, but it's on my... it's on this space on the ship. The bot's priority for taking the King's Request cards usually is this one. Top right one is his pick when he comes for the action. So I did Harbour. I took the craft tile. Zoticus is going for a dice action, so he's going to navigate. We know he can't go here. There's no craft tile left, so he's not going to come here. Can he get something from the gardens? Yes. So there is a crate. I think I've already given him his token. He should have had 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's already had his token. So the garden action he can do. The requirement for the garden action is you put stuff in the library to attract... to be brilliant enough for one of these scholars to come and join you. So, who will come to him? They've got requirements of the stuff you need to have put into the library. He has put in a craft tile and a blue. So the only person that will come to him is Euclid. Because they want you to have a particular work and then maybe something else as well, like anything else. But yeah, Euclid is the only one that wants blue at the moment. So he takes this. And he'll get points for it later. The A's are all worth 1 each. And then he takes his top invited scholar 1. And they're like mine, but he doesn't have to worry about locations and where they are and stuff. Shuffle them up. Scholar card goes next to his board. And the invited scholar goes immediately to this action space. So he's going to go to the palace in the first available spot. So it's got more expensive if I want to go there with a scholar and perform the action. And his action is he takes the top right request card. Dun dun dun. If he couldn't do the action in the place, he would do navigation. If he couldn't take the scholar, he would do navigation. Okay. So now I want to get an invited scholar. So I'm using an location tile, burning through these. Definitely didn't need the extra space for him. And I'm going to go to the gardens. So first I got a research token, then I'm going to go to the gardens. So I have got just an orange. But I've also got a craft tile. I've got an orange and a blue, haven't I? So an orange and anything else. Or a blue and anything else. So I could get Theocritus. So one of the things that they do, they are so useful for so many things, but one of the things they will give you is a special action slot that only they can go to that will be one of the locations of the game with an extra benefit. So they do other stuff too. So come to the Scriptorium with an extra virtual knowledge stroke time paid for. Can't take these guys. Antipater will go to the school and you get a time for free. Archimedes, go to the harbour and get a time for free. These two up here cost a King's Grace to take. So I will definitely be doing a load of manuscripting later. Am I going to be doing... I've got loads of time, actually. Maybe I am going to be doing it soonish. I kind of like... I don't like having to pay the King's Grace, but I like the idea... Oh, by the way, it's going to cost me 3 time and a crate for taking one of these guys. Don't forget the actual cost. I've only got ink left. I've got no crate resources at the moment. So because of that, I kind of like the idea of getting the harbour. And I've got 3 boats available and a way to bring them all back to port and get the resources off them. So that's tempting, and they'll be able to do stuff on the way. Like I could just get them. I've got 1 King's Grace. I don't think the Scriptorium right now. Saving the time on the school would be nice, but not essential. I'm feeling harbour. I'm going to pay that King's Grace. Just mean like if you come and get a King's Favour card, you need a King's Grace to take one of these 2 as well. Let's go for it. Archimedes. So then you've got to choose. Where is he going to live on your player board? So the house that you put him in is going to unlock a particular location action. There's a little. This is just prototype stuff. The spaces are already going to be made bigger in the final thing. I've got them offset because they're a little bit tight. I've got no nails. So you'll get the location tile that they're in. You get the benefit of the space. So I could get a King's Grace back. I can get a crate resource. I can get a research. Or I can get a time. It's going to affect which scholar I get for one. So a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Now for placing them out on action spots, don't make a difference. But there is an executive action that we haven't been able to get into yet. So one is you spend a library token to unlock one of these benefits. The other is you can send an invited scholar out to a place on the board. You need to pay their cost if they're in an office. If they're already out, you don't have to pay the cost. So you have a research token or one of the crate resources. And you can send them to various spaces like the academy. It costs you research and time for every step you want to move along a track. They have to go in their proper place, so you'd have to go in the blue space. But he would give you, in this example, a 4 discount on the amount of time you would need to spend moving along the blue track. Same at the school. A 4 discount of all of the bumps up that you did. At the Scriptorium, 4 discount of time. So the biggest discount in executive actions, and you can keep moving him about as long as he's out here on the board. He might get bumped by someone in a multiplayer game, and you'd have to pay to get him back out again. And the last place is the navigation action. When you come back to port, you can spend resources up. You have to pay a time to be in here. And you can pay resources up to his value to get 2 points each. I believe that's all of the executive stuff. So, in terms of executive actions, the big numbers, very lucrative, but it's going to cost you like a silver to get him out. So, one thing, I have research tokens to spend right now. I do not have any resources to spend right now. And I would also get another harbour. I could get a research one to spend some of that research if I want. Get the King's Grace back for maybe picking one of those cards. We could just do some nice shipping. I can't... Maybe I can get a nice extra craft tile. Oh, I'm not going to have the resources, am I? I'm going to go here. So he's not going to be as good for discounts. So I get the bonus right now of a King's Grace. I get the location tile. And he goes in his office, ready to come out and do stuff. So I can put him in a future turn. We've said all the executive action stuff that he can do. But on your main turn, you can put him out, either on his special space, but you can also put him out onto any action on the board, just like these... just like the ones we've been putting out in the locations. You have to pay the time and stuff, and there has to be a slot available, but you can go anywhere. So the invited scholars, so cool for the amount of stuff that they can do. And I've just got one. Zoticus has been tapping his fingers, waiting for me to shut up. He is playing a generation card, and it's going to be for a King's Favour. He hasn't got a person on there. He comes to the King's Favour. He is not full up of cards, so he gets a second one there, and that's his turn. So now I've got him, and I can pay a research token for him to go anywhere. Probably want to do Harbour. We've got so much time. I think I want to do some... I want to get some stuff, I think. Do I want to unlock a new ship first before I move the ship again? Yes. So I was going to wait in case I could get a silver instead of a papyrus. I'm going to go to the harbour once more. So it's my last scholar from up there. And we need to go on the harbour space, which is going to cost a time. 2 more to get the ship. 1, 2, 3. I've still got 11. And then what are we going to unlock? So if I wanted to go and try and get another craft, or a translation stone perhaps... I haven't moved up in the academy yet, so translation stone might be ambitious. We'd want to get the royal tile out. Or if we want to just go big, big, big into resources, get your last merchant ship out. I think... so we get another craft tile and just satisfy any King's Favour really quickly. It might be restrictive on points you can get, but we could get location things from them as well. Soon. Like, they don't have to get put out now. They could wait until 2nd generation or till he's put some stuff out. I'm going to go for the royal boat. And the bonus. I could get 2 crates and then pick up a craft. But that's all you're doing. You're not getting resources at the same time. And the advantage of this is the bottom thing on it is a return to Alexandria. So I can get myself all the way out here and then just return later. So he's going to get this one next. I've got no resources at the moment. Maybe I want to have... should have thought about this. I could have placed him anywhere and got the resources content, but I think I'm happy with where he is. I'm going to pick that, and I'm going to place on here and say a silver and an ink, please. I'm making this 1st generation take ages, aren't I? Take a papyrus before I forget. What did I need a papyrus for? I have already forgotten. What have I just done? What did I need a papyrus for? There's a little delay. I'll stop saying it and see what Zoticus is doing. He's navigating. He's going here. He's getting the craft tile. He's putting it on there straight away and getting 3 points. Screaming ahead. Then. Got location tile again. We don't have to spend them. So he's going to pass soon. I want to use my scholar. So I'm going to pay, because I get him back at the end. So I'm going to pay a research token, because that's what's on his little house. And we'll do a navigation action with a time discount. So I could just go and get that craft tile for free right now. Or, by paying a time, he's not going to come here and get a King's Favour card, but I could come here, fill up my boats with 3 more things. You got one for moving the tile at the journey. Oh, thank you, yes. I have got a crate token, after all. And get myself... I haven't got a King's Favour card right now. I have got a way of getting one without time, because it does cost you 2 time to get one. Sitting on that library token, aren't I? Let's... And could I get another invited scholar? I've got time. I could just go to the gardens. I mean, the downside of that is they do better things. They've got more requirements later, but they potentially do better things. I wouldn't necessarily get the use of them right now. And I wouldn't be able to do a location action. Like, I've got no space for the tile. So no, don't do that. Let's go. Yeah, get resources. So I've got silver here. Let's get a load of... Let's just say more silver. You'll get more silver. I could stop him from getting that craft tile. No, if you'd pick 2 silver there, you could. Stopping him getting craft tiles is tempting. What if you've picked 2 silver? No, get the card. Stick with your choices. So I get 3 because I've got 3 spaces uncovered now. And a King's Favour card. I've got a green scholar ready to learn things. And I'm going to get a craft... I've got a craft tile already waiting to come back. Oh yeah, in the coming gen, they only score next to green. That is a good point. They can go on here and get me location tiles. But I'm thinking of... I've got green out here. So green would want to be next to orange, who is tucked away in a corner, so that's not so good. But I'm thinking of this for my King's Favour card. And I get to put 2 things out as well. Yeah. Pay me King's Grace. And I need to pay 2 time for the King's Favour card. So I've got 9 time at the moment. Zoticus has no cards left. So we'll just go from his invited scholars, I think. Not his invited, his local scholars. So he hasn't got an action card, so he will use his local scholar. So that goes there, and he is doing a garden action. So can he get someone? What's he placed? Blue and anything. So they only put... Oh, he can't actually get anyone, can he? So I think the guy goes next to him. Use local scholar. If he can't take the action... Oh, there is space, so it goes there, but he does navigation. So he is going to come here, but he's full up on King's Favour cards, so he won't. He'll come here and take the craft and get 3 points. Done. He is going to pass next time. So if there's one more thing you want to do it now. He will take first player, if that's important. If you want to keep first player and get 2 time, let's pass. I'm going to read, and we're starting next round with location tiles, ready to jump back to Alexandria. I'm feeling good. 2 time, please, even though I'm about 10 points behind. On his turn, he is going to pass, try and go for first player if he can, but he can't. Oh, yeah? While they're on your boat, they let you manipulate the time dice as well. So that's a good point. I've still got the resources to get this one, but I've come to a weird place. It's going to cost me 2 sets of time to come over here, isn't it? But it'll be okay. So we are done for the generation. And the generation thing I need to do is in the solo rulebook. So his fleet marker automatically jumps back to Alexandria. And at the difficulty I'm on, which is anything but easy, he will get 2 points for every one of these. So he gets 8 points there. Ouch. Then, top tile of his study track. See how he's come back to Alexandria. Top tile of his study track. He takes the green from the harbour and puts it in the lighthouse. And then we need another tile to tell us what he restocks with. An orange. Then shuffle his study tiles. if you have any local scholars left, so like you might not have been able to take the action, or maybe you didn't want to take the action anymore, and you might still have people here. You still take them away and put them along and get a bonus. Yeah, so return all of yours and his scholars from action spaces. So his and mine. Shuffle his generation deck. Shuffle his action cards and take one out again. Head librarian changes. Discard all scribes in the scriptorium. It was unusual, usually. Like, he never went to the school, did he? Usually, he's filling up the scriptorium. I usually am as well. I'm doing... getting into boats. We'll see how that works out for me. Remove all time dice from the time board. And then we roll new ones. So, oh, top's 1. 5. That's what it was before. 5. 2. So, very similar. Roll time dice. If at the end of the second generation, all of the A's will go from the invited scholars, but this was the first generation, refill the garden, and then move the leftmost generation tile to the space of the rightmost. So the first person to empty a generation tile this generation is going to trigger the bad events, the start of the downfall of the library, which is get rid of the lowest level green great work. Which might not sound too bad, but maybe you were going for that. And you don't get a bonus. So they'll be playing chicken with that a bit to try and get 2 time rather than nothing. So we are ready for planning again. And it's reverse turn order. So Zoticus is going to be placing in the harbour. So I do have 11 times, so I don't have to be massively worried. I'm not going to go King's Favour. Scriptorium, I don't have a... Like, the downside with getting loads of boats out... Oh, bye, Lynette. Thanks for joining us. The downside of putting all those harbours out, that's a lot of location tokens I've burned through. But I have got good stuff from doing it, I think. Because I can do harbour or navigation from those, or academy and stuff, which I haven't really done any of yet. Definitely want to be doing some translating. I can find ways of doing it with this. School is very cheap again. Scriptorium isn't. So I think I want to go for that. And it doesn't hurt that it's 6 time. It's not the only reason. I mean, it's put me off going for school, getting 0 time for it, where I could just... I suppose 0 time is better than paying a time for it. But then I have to pay a time for... Oh, if I'm first, I don't. I'm going to go Scriptorium. Get 6. Then it's navigation for him. Surprise, surprise. His favourite thing. I don't think King's Favour, because we could still get one from a library action if I really want one. Harbour puts me off a bit, having to pay time. Academy, I haven't really got the research tokens right now to take the biggest advantage of it. Garden, I don't have a great way of doing garden. I mean, I could do it there. Why didn't I want to do garden last time? Because my location tiles were full. You can't go past 20 knowledge anyway. 20 time anyway. I'm going to go garden. See if we can invite someone nice. So I get 1 time. Done. Now you've got to think of a turn. Probably time dice. Let's go to school. 1 time, please. So we want to boost him up. What greens are in here? So he only needs to really be a 3. So you will boost for free because you're my starting person. that really, I don't mind just leaving in there for a bit longer. Maybe you'll come out and help us with some stuff. You're already in here. But we could get, like, a middle-aged scholar. It's going to cost me something. But, like, a couple of advancements and they're at 5. A couple of advancements and they'd be at 6. And then we could do these 2 greens. And you don't have to do the same colour as I'm doing. You can split between disciplines, which probably help you out for... Oh, we should be seeing 2 cards all the time there. So it's blue and orange next time. Maybe I should be thinking about getting on orange. It's a double King's Favour to get that out. If you did an extra green, you could just like get the cheap King's Favour and fulfill it that way. Green wants to be next to crafts and orange, which at the moment isn't as exciting. We have got orange middle age. You could do a 6 green and a 5 thing. Yeah, let's diversify a bit. So you'll come in at 1 and not cost me anything. And then ticking up. I want to tick you up twice. 1, 2. We've got a free one, haven't we? So you will tick up for free no matter what. You go to 3. And I think I said I wanted you at 5. So we'll pay a time to get you to 5. I can't get another person in because you've only got 3 dice, can only have 3 scholars. So that's the plan. New orange scribe to come out. I did the time to do the school, and I've done all my school stuff. Zoticus can do a... Well, maybe you should have done that last time, actually. So maybe I could have done one more action. But yeah, he's got 2 crafts, so they're just wild, aren't they? Take back time. You've only got 3 dice. You can do it with 2 crafts, right? I mean, I've never had 2 crafts at once to do it. But I imagine that he could have done that before passing, and that would have been his priority. So I would actually have gotten 2 more time. Because he would have taken a turn while I was passed. But he would have placed this. Craft wants to be next to the first blue or orange he comes to. There's a blue. Score once for 3 points. Getting crushed. 2 crafts there now, though. Make a orange really good to put there. It would trigger twice. And then his second craft is to be next to an orange or blue. Go there, trigger once. And does he just do the leftmost? Leftmost. And he doesn't care about the rewards and things on it. Ouch. So that was last round, and he did all of that stuff. Now it's the first turn of his second generation. I got an extra 2 time because he dawdled. So maybe I should have used the location tile, but 2 times nice anyway. We'll stick with it. So can he go to the Scriptorium? It's doubtful because you haven't trained anyone yet, and things are complicated. Can he go to the Academy? He can always go to the Academy. Which track does he want to go up? Just one, please. Just one. He wants to go up the green track, so he goes to the next space, and now we need to do things. He's going to get a great work, basically. Yeah, go to the next zone of that track. If it grants a King's Request card, he takes the topmost leftmost King's Request card. Unless he's already got 2. So, a bit unfortunate. Oh yeah, King's Head Librarian wants to go back. So we'll reveal a new one of them. And it grants a Great Work. So it's level 1 Great Work. He needs the green level 1. So this goes in here and he gets 4 points. And I feel like I'm doing the worst. Oh, thank you. Shuffle his generation cards. I'm doing the worst I've done at this stage. This time. He's put opportunities down. Think of it that way. Now I want to do a double orange. And forget the rest of it. There. Trigger each scoring twice. That's all I want to do now. Oh, I could have done that when I went to the school, couldn't I? But, ooh. Yeah, would you want to put more time into the school now you know what's cracking? I haven't got a King's Request card for it, but I could get one. 11. It's a lot of time. You'd need another 3 time spent, basically, to be able to do the 2 oranges. And get a different request card. Just to be able to slip them in there. And get them to score twice. Tempted, actually. Wrong head librarian. Oh, thank you. I'm hiding the right one. Okay, so what actually wants to be next to crafts? Green! Ah! Oh well, getting our green. So no, I don't want to change my mind. But I'm planning based on the wrong head librarian. So he took that great work, and when you take a great work, you go back to the beginning. So now a level 2 green great work is going to get destroyed from this. I've got to choose something to do now. So we've scholared, so what on the dice left? It's tempting to pay 2 time to keep shipping about. He's not going to get that craft tile for ages. I've got this blue manuscript translated as well. Could just pick myself this up as an executive action and fulfill it for my action. What does blue want to be next to? Just orange, so not a good time for that. So on the harbour, on the navigation, could do a harbour action with just 1 movement or a garden action with just 1 movement. But you wouldn't want to do that from the dice because, again, you're full up on location tiles. Don't have to do that. It's just tempting when it's only like going to cost 2 time. And you could come to the Scriptorium this way. Because what other way are you going to do it? I did choose it on the action. It's going to trigger the event, so I was going to try and wait. I don't know if maybe I'll be able to come twice. I don't know if I've got the time to raise up some scholars and then be able to come here again, though, is the thing. It's not like... It's not the worst. Like, I'm just not getting 2 time. Maybe, like, if I triggered that next, then I'd get 2 time. You use the tile that lets you ship and return to Alexandria. Yeah. Just thinking, I don't think I'm gonna... What would I want to do on the ships? I suppose then the gardens would be attractive again, because I'd have a location slot free. And then we can start using them for stuff. Oh, and... I went to the school to do stuff. I could have... It would only have been a 1 discount, but I could have paid a research marker to have him out here discounting me. We are going to... Ten's no good, is it? Why is it on 10? What do I need 10 for? I'm going to translate both of the oranges. I was going to translate a green as well, wasn't I? So I think I don't need to put him up to 5. 3's fine, isn't it, for just doing 1? Oh, yeah, he's not doubled. Okay, I see why now. Forget me. He's not a young guy. Right, I'm getting muddled up. So if I did this, I'd have a free space, and then I could get an invited person, and we could get a big invited person to get a bigger time discount on translating things. Which I like the sound of. So, let's do this. But if I'm doing the harbour action, you want to go and get the craft tile so you can bring 2 back. Okay. Okay. First. Yeah, but craft tiles you've already established aren't as good. This time around, No, getting one's going to be fine. Hey. Stop thinking about it, just do it. 4 time. Big cost. Silver and an ink. And I'm getting this. You've got a craft tile there. Oh, I could actually adjust it down to 1, couldn't I? So it only costs me 1. I'm going to come back with both. Yeah. So that was time die. And then we'll harbour next time. We'll do gardens. And we'll come back. I'm spending time, though, for this. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Zoticus can't do his thing yet. He's going to do a generation. And he's going to go to the harbour. He does have a person under there. So he's going to trigger the event. Thank you. So get rid of the lowest level green great work, because that's what the event tile said. And he is going to the harbour. There. And he needs a tile to say where he's going. He wants to pay silver for time. He would go in the lowest one, but it's not available, so he goes there. So now there's no paying silver for time left. Done. I want to spend this to go here, costing me 1 time. And I'm going to get goods again. So I need somewhat other than silver, don't I? I've got loads of silver. We're going to go for... But I think the person I invite is going to be silver-based. And just so you've got some options in spaces. You want some other stuff. Get ink. 3 ink. And then we trigger gardens, which is 3 time. I now need more time. We can buy it. I'm going to have silver. Pay a crate thing to get a learned friend. So I have orange out and something else. Orange and blue. So Scriptorium with a free plus. Tempting. Haven't got a King's Grace. So yeah, you've tempted me. You're going to come out here and get me a time and go there and get me a location token. At the end, because I did this location token to trigger this, and I get to return it to Alexandria. So it comes back. I'm sure I'm getting all my steps. Navigation. So, for each craft tile, you flip it and place it into your... Could have waited and adjusted something on there to get more time out of spending silver. You haven't got any silver unless you come back, though. Okay, so they shouldn't have flipped. Now they flip. And you're full of craft tiles. You fool. Oh well, we'll get a King's Request, it'll be fine. But they won't score. It'll be fine. Seals. I want... Bump Scholars up. King's Grace token. Oh, they could just fulfill this. No, but we're going to translate. This is me coming back, isn't it? At the end of my thingy action. So crafts go from there and score 3 renown each. Then, all of your goods. If I'd put a person here, I could give some of them up for 2 points yet. But I want these goods right now. I'm not giving them up for no one. Okay. That's it. Zoticus can't fulfill his things yet. He's going to do a location tile. He is going to go to the Scriptorium. I don't think so. He is going to go to the school. Here we go. So, at the school, everyone he's already got in here gets bumped to the next stage. His starting guy starts in 2s, and they go up by 2s as well. If he hasn't got 3 people out, he basically recruits until he's got 3 people, and he rolls the die and gets the numbered person 1 to 6. He'll place in the cheapy space first, and if not... Oh, the cool thing on the dice, by the way, like, if you're wondering where the next number is, it's where the dot is. Wondering what the dot's on there for ticking things up. So his come in at 2s. He doesn't care, actually, what age they are at all. You put his face down. Starting one, you can't put face down. But, yeah, he doesn't care what they are. He just brings them in, and they're 2s, as far as he's concerned. So he increases ones he already had. He gets these ones here. And, okay, slide down the scholars, thank you. And we refill the scribes with 2 more blues. And there we go. So, I now need to think about why I've loaded the shelves up with crafts. We can still be okay. I am going to I haven't got a King's Grace. I'm going to do an executive action. I'm going to grab a King's Request without paying for it. And I think I'm just going to put one of those crafts out for now. What does blue want to be next to? Orange, which I can't do right now. Yeah, we will just waste one thing going out. Oh, it's not technically wasting, but it's cool, the dice arrows thing, isn't it? So I'm going to get just this cheeky green. So it's taken me a turn and it's an executive action and stuff, but we'll get stuff back. For free, I get a research token for taking... Basically, the ones that only cost you 1, you get a research token for taking them. And then my turn is going to be fulfilling this, just with a craft tile. And I'm going to place it somewhere where I get a location tile. And I'm thinking it's going to take me 2 turns, because I need to go to the Scriptorium and then I need to file stuff away. I'm thinking here, but if he goes there first and pops a green in here, it's going to be so lucrative for him. So I could make another one more lucrative, but then I wouldn't get the location tile if I set it up for like a triple payout kind of thing. I haven't got room for a location token right now, so don't worry about that. Go here and get 2 time. And then I'm going to pay a time to get a papyrus and take a cube off, which is... He seems full up of location tiles all the time, but I'm burning through them. What if we could take a better thing at the Scriptorium without having to pay for it? Yes, it's done. That was my turn. He can't fulfill something yet. He's going to do a generation card, and he is going to... Academy. He hasn't got a worker there, so that doesn't move. He's going to go up the orange track to the next space, which means he can't get a King's Favour card. He will get the level 1 orange, and that means he is going to be able to fulfill next time. That's 4 points for that. Ouch! And then he has to come back to the beginning. So I know that he's going to put the green there and the orange there. So I'll get a library token, actually. See, by going there, I could have gotten a... He would have got more points, but I would have gotten another library token. But I couldn't have put that location token anywhere, so something would have got chucked. So it's Scriptorium time. I'm going to executive action. So it's important, when you send these guys out to the executive action spaces, it has to be what you're doing on your main action. You can't just send him somewhere for a laugh. So I need to pay a silver to get him out of his room. And he is of the orange persuasion, so he is going to go in the orange space and give me a 4 discount on time here. I am using my scholar for the action. Time dice haven't been used, have they? They got loads. You could be doing it. You've got loads of silver. I'm gonna... It's tempting, actually, but no, we want to get in this. You're not getting ahead of him. No, do it. We're going to the Scriptorium, so that's going to cost a time. And then I want your 5 for here, your 6 for here. So I'm short time, aren't I? I'm short a time. Okay, forget all of that. I'm short a time. So, first of all, we're going to have to send him next time. I'll just leave him there. I'm going to send him next time. He's not sending anyone. I'm going to pay a silver to get 5 time from this. Zoticus is going to take a die. It's the only one left. It's a 5, which means he tries to do the bottom things, which is Scriptorium. He might be able to do something, which might mess me up. He can do 4 blue. He can only take 2, can't he? So he will take in the highest person. He's going to make me pay some resources for me dawdling. I didn't have enough time. I'm not dawdling. So he moves up to 2 scribes in, just like me. Prioritizes the highest value knowledge die, and then left to right in case of a tie. So these 2 come in, and he wants to translate the best thing that he can. He's got no choice of color to take in this case, because this guy can only translate blue. So he's going to get this blue 6. Comes into his... Oh no, he's not doing any of that stuff. Forget I said anything, because that's still out. He's doing a King's Request card, isn't he? You're forgetting step 1 all the time. We know where he's going, though. He's going there for 4 times 2, 8 points. And he is going... The first blue is up here for 1 times 4 points. And I get a library marker. And he's done this. So the dice still there. I am about to burn through my time. We could maybe go to the... I don't know if we can go to the Scriptorium again. I'm going to pay for the die. I've got just enough space. And that's all my turn. So he tries to take a die, can't. Navigation puts him there, and he gets 2 things. Now we'll Scriptorium. So I'll pay the silver and send my guy out there, which I've done. That there. Get the 2 time. Oh, now you can't get the 2 time is the downside of that. Pay the time to go there. And we are bringing you in. Luckily, the free spaces are available thanks to him doing that. So you're a 5, you're a 6. So you can translate that. I'm going to use my freebie 1 to turn you into a 6 and not have to pay the time for it. So I have to pay 11 time. Oh no, I did have the time. I took that 2 time off me. I've got a 4 discount counter. That's the whole point. I could afford the action. Ugh. Took back for no reason. So we're paying 11 minus 4 is 7. Still, got loads of time. It's not a bad thing, but I could maybe... I couldn't have gotten ahead because I would have translated and then he would have taken it, I think. Oh well, let's not dwell on it. So I translate these for 8. And 2 seals to go out. Probably bring a scholar into the place. 2 research tokens. You have got your library token you could use as well, but there's nothing I particularly need right now. Okay. Next time, this. So, I translated. You come in from there. You need to come in from Alexandria. And then top up with anything. Let's even it out. And I think I'm done there. So we can discount at the school by moving him out again. And he'll let you Scriptorium with a +1. My dice come back here. They stay out. Zoticus can't do a thing. Generation card. Harbour. He has got a person there. So we've got a countdown of his cards now. He's doing 3 more things because this is his last... Dude, I keep saying harbour for navigation. I see the picture of the ship. I shout harbour. So he's going there, and he will go to the next spot along, which gets him a crate, and he goes to the academy. On the green row, so he's working his way up to the level... Level 2's gone, isn't it? He's going to have to wait till he gets to level 3, I think. He'll still get, like, the card, and then the... library card. So fulfilling, probably. Do an executive action first. I'm going to get a King's Grace token. No, I'm not going to do the King's Favor yet. Because I want a location token free. I'm going to use this. But how are you going to be able to get another school? I'm going to use this to get a King's Favor card. And spend that King's Grace to get this one. I think. No extra bonus on that. Let's just go. Because I need a space free. I don't know if I've got time to do this. He's doing a location action, which is navigate. Nothing there. So can he get anything from the Scriptorium? Probably. He went to the school, didn't he? So he gets 1 crate thing. And then Scriptorium is this and his leftmost. And he can do the 6 blue. Because it's a blue person he took in there. Gets 4 points for that. Restock from here. New one goes out. Does he draw a tile to... I assume he draws a tile to say what he restocks it with. Green. Okay. So now I've got space for a location tile. We're going to do this one. But we're going to say... Green goes there. Scoring twice. 8 points. I get a library token. And we're going to say the orange is this craft tile, which can go here, getting me this location tile, scoring twice, so 6 points, and I get another library token. And then I can spend 2 time to get any 2 crates and another cube off. Maybe I want to be able to have unlimited of these. I can only spend them one at a time. Yeah. So yeah. So I think we're going to go for 2 silver. Done. Zoticus has only got one thing, so he can't fulfill. He's going to navigate. Can't go there. Gardens. He gets a crate. He's going to hire a person. So he has got out now green, blue, and anything. So green and anything. If he qualifies for multiples, it's the bottom-most one he qualifies for that he takes. He takes the person, refills. Take his person and do the action. He's going to go for harbour. And he will put his wheel out on the time for research tokens space. Done. Hey, Joel. Let's like the video, please. Then. Do I do it again with these two? So orange scores for being next to blue and green. So green's not possible. So I could put blue down there, orange down there, and they'd each score once. I'd get 1 library tile. I don't need to do that right now. He wants to do blue and orange as well. But he would put a blue there. And then the orange on the last space if nothing's left. You could have got 1 more point by doing that in the opposite order. Would I have gotten the same library tokens, though? Oh, I see, because that's worth 4 points. I wouldn't have got a library token for putting this one down, though. That's why I did it. I don't know if that's going to matter as much, but you're right. It would have been 1 more point doing it the other way around. But if I'd have done that one first, I wouldn't have got the library token from it. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Still put them out now. If you don't put them out, what are you going to do? Because you can't Scriptorium yet. You could harbour, because you're back at the start. You could navigate. You've still got the gardens guy. He's got 1 card left, and then he's going to pass. I forgot there was a guy on gardens there, to be honest. So, because all these guys are doing nothing. And they've got special actions they can be sent on. Oh, he needs to be back in his house. So he can do me a harbour. There's no need to use a location token. So for your gardens, I've got orange, green, blue, and a couple of crafts. So I could probably take anything. It's another harbour with a +1, but I'd need a King's Grace to take that. I've only got 1 orange, I believe. So I don't think I could take that. I have got a green, so I could take Caliphus, but Academy actions I'm not really doing so much on. We could... Oh, he's rushing me. I've got time to spend if I want to keep taking actions. It's just I'm going to go into the next thing with Nout. So, oh, would I get one for each adjacency? Oh. So yeah, that's a better way to do it. Do that first, do that. It'd still get me 2 library tokens, and I'd get 1 more point. Thank you. You don't have to do that action. It makes sense to get the guys. I suppose I'm getting an A guy, whereas I could get 1 more lucrative if I waited. Or we could just... But I don't have King's Grace to get something from the top here. Got a lot of other stuff, but not King's Grace token. I'm gonna do the Gardens action. So that gets me a silver. I'll just pay it for the cost for this and 3 time. Oh, and another one. And I'm gonna... Oh, we haven't got a location token. Ah! Should have unlocked that. But I was gonna put this out for more library tokens. Spend a location token then. Gonna run out of time. Alright, give yourself 4 time back. So we'll use this to harbour. And I'm just gonna go. So we haven't got... Not really gonna get a good time out of school. I'm gonna go just for 1 time here, I think. So I don't think I've got the time to go to the school as well. You get time back later. I don't necessarily need these resources right now. But it's still 1 time. 1 time. Boating, going to school, get goods. I'm going to say silver. 3 of them on the boat. And then at the school... Oh, you could executive action him over to the school. And then you could do more stuff. Are you bringing in an orange person? Yeah. I am now. Yeah, we could executive action him first. Do you want to executive action one of these? Not particularly. Just, you can only do 1 a turn, can't you? Yeah, 2 time. Why not? Then we'll do the actual stuff. So we might as well bring in orange, because I can have a 4 discount of it. So we could bring in a youngling, and immediately 1, 2, 3, 4 time. There's my 4 time discount. My starting scholar is somehow still in here. Ticks up for free. I've not spent any time yet. So, I mean, there's a double orange waiting there to be taken. There's a lot of pressure being a library back in the day, isn't there? A librarian. I'm not a library. Yeah, that's the sequel. It'd be the library itself fending off the fires and the religion. So if you took him as well, he's already 8. You're getting a free tick on someone. You only need 9 for this. For the 2 oranges that are out there right now. No, don't take the orange. We'll just overflow with that one. Because you get 4 discount anyway, so you might as well. And we'll go for... Yeah, go for it. You'll have to pay... You've got an ink. Get a research token. And... I get a free tick from this. So already that's 10. I only need 9 for them at the moment. I don't have to do them in the same one. I could send my starting one off to somewhere to get a different colour for the future he's about. So that's my school action. Zoticus can't do his thing. Can't do that, so we'll navigate. Now, there. Get to crate. Get to King's Favour. That one. Done. Is going to pass next time. Because I've already done both of the things from there. So, there was so much I wanted to do. You've got time at the moment. I don't want to waste him. But it costs a lot of time. Go there. That's the crate I'll spend for this. And then 4 time. And take him. And I'm putting him in the 3 slot. Maybe it's worth ignoring the Scholar because you'd still get the coins from him. And the B Scholars are coming out next time. So maybe this is a bad move. You've got stuck behind something. Prototype. So I get a research token now. And you go in there. And I get that. Got a lot of research tokens. Maybe worth going to the academy at some point. And yeah. You go down. He's going to pass and take first player. So everything I want to do now that isn't... I'll refill these 2 guys. Everything I want to do now that isn't passing costs 2 time. So do I pass? It's just like these guys now. Like I don't need him to go out on the school. I've made that a bit redundant now. You could have taken like the academy guy. Go to the academy and get a discount on time. You make a good argument. I'm going to change my mind because I've just done that school action. I'm going to get the academy guy. So this action is... He's passed, hasn't he? This action will cost you 2 time. But I can executive action him over there. The orange level 2 is still there. The orange level 1's gone. And I'm going to pay an ink for him to do his special action of research with a time discount. Oh, yeah. Just doing research is all I need him to do. Is that worth doing for 2 time? So I could wait, but these guys will come back and those action spaces will be available again. Are you going to get to a level 2? You need a translation thing for it. No, stick with your school, man. Stop doing takebacks. The confusing things. So I'm not going to use Schoolman this time, I don't think. So he can stay wherever he was. Not that it matters, he's coming back. So this guy can take me on the harbour with a time discount. Cost me a research token. Take me on the harbour with a time discount. It costs me 2 time anyway. But I've got a free time to move 2 spaces with. Not the harbour. Maybe the King's Favour. It would cost me another time. It cost me 3 more time. One, 2, 3 more time. And he's there. Don't go there. He's going to recall. Cat knocked over a candle and caused the fire. I would like to see that game. I think all signs are pointing towards you waiting. In which case, why did you buy that guy? Fair point. And we could Scriptorium on the harbour. Have we got the time for it? So I've got the 2 free movements. Get goods. Ink. Scriptorium would cost you an ink and a papyrus here, but you get 2 research tokens. Remember, he's discounting you 4 on the orange. So you would be translating me a 5, costing me 1 time. And I could bring this guy in if I'm willing to spend an ink. Where have I just put him? Here he is. What's the other colour you're going to translate? So you could get 3 discount on another colour. So it'd still be worth having hired him. So another orange is probably best for adjacency next time. An orange there for next to craft tiles. So he does you 8. So him as he is all I need. I'm just going to do 2 oranges, and we'll get that. Is that wise? If that's wise. The only right accent. What do you say? Assume? Yeah, so we don't need to put him out. Yeah, but you've already got an orange here. Say green. You go out there, you get a free bump up from this. Can translate me a 5, and you can translate me this 5. And I only have to pay 2 time with me discounts. And there's 6 points. And seals, 3 points, crate tile, I think. Might fill up the library here. So dice should be going back. He's passed. I've only got 5 time. And these guys could come back to do like Scriptorium with a +1 and school and stuff, but need to pass. And I'll get 2 time. I'll be last player now, but I'll get 2 time. So end of generation business. I don't know what the other way of what would the other way of pronouncing it be? So that would be the Stephen Fry way of saying it, wouldn't it? Assume. Assume. Can't send an orange scholar. Oh yes, I'm forgetting the colour of the scholar, aren't I? He's orange as well. Okay. So does that change what I wanted to do? Thank you, I forgot all about the colour of the scholars. So he's been used. It would cost you 3 more time. Stick with what I did, but I just didn't get any extra discount. Okay. So where am I? End of generation. He's got loads of crates. I ain't even caught up yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 12 points. Then he takes... Oh yeah, he comes back to the Alexandria. Blue from there, but he can't. Blue again. Keep drawing until he finds something he can do. Orange. And then he refills. Oh, you should have been refilled from there ages ago. And I probably would have said, let's say I didn't say it, so that the tiles are still true. So he takes an orange in and replaces it with a blue. Done. Local scholars still there? No. Return your scholars. So he's got another one somewhere. There's my two. Your executives come back to the houses that they're in. Sure, he's got a... No, he did not hire another one. Executive, and everyone's come back. Shuffle his generation cards. Shuffle his action cards. New head librarian. Discard the scribes. Yeah, I was completely ignoring their specialty. Getting so excited by doing a cheap action. You should have hired him for his... That's why you'd want to hire the green guy. But the school bonus is going to be better later. Well, what if you just never use him for the... You could just never use him for his actual action. And just use him for his discounts. Yeah, I'm going to do that take back. Say I hired that guy instead. Because I never ended up using his action anyway. Because I didn't have enough time. And then I could have placed him out there. And we would have saved 3 time. That's what I'm going to say. Remove 1 card. Da-ba-da. Action cards, head librarian, scribes, done, 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 done. And it's time for the... Probably going to be the end of the game. Not right now, but this generation is going to trigger the end fairly soon, I think. Remove the time dice and re-roll them. So we have got... Oh, thanks, James. Thank you for being here. 6. 1. 1. Ooh. Cheap actions out here. A's go away. You're a B, aren't you? You're a B. You're a B. Only 1 A left. Because I've been hiring them all. He's hired a couple as well. So B's are out now. If this lasted a 4th generation, all the B's would go away. And then the leftmost goes onto the rightmost space. Planning with me first to pick because I'm second now. I only have 7 time, but we have got discounts available from these executive actions. So, need to think about going here. I probably should have left that garden. But yeah, I can get a favour from coming here rather than getting here and getting no time. You'd be better off picking... We can get harbour from the guy. We can't get school from him if you're thinking of translating new things. And it's the 2nd best one. I've done no academy ever. So that's 5 time. But the time, I mean. Yeah, I had all the ace. He is going to academy. And then... Probably not harbour. Scriptorium he can do. Although I am using him as a discount. Moving on, and I've got a location tile that can do Scriptorium, so definitely not. Harbour probably. Garden, you could hire another person. But we can come to them with harbour though, can't we? And there's harbour there, and garden and all sorts. I keep saying harbour. I do apologise, and that's his scholar. Navigation is what I mean. 2 time, and then he is going to navigation. I get 2 time. Yeah. It's not, unlike the academy can be so lucrative. Like, I've only got one of these Pinex tiles, which, to be honest, I have not been placing things towards. There's still time. but we can still get a bit out of it. But yeah, it's where you get more of them from going for. You basically, you would come here, and then you spend a research token and a time for every space you want to move forward. You can only go past one of these statues per turn, but you can go up each track once per turn. And then the space that you stop on, you can pick any bonus above your marker or to the left. So like here it's just resources and stuff, but then you get King's Request cards without paying time, level 1 great work, level 2 great work. If you take a great work, you unlock one of the yellow cubes, and you have to pay a translation thing that you get from these far up spaces on the harbours, but then you get reset back to the beginning like he's been doing. And then level 2 great work, a pinaxe tile, and then level 3. So there is an argument to be made for, like, I've gone really into translating, although you wouldn't know it from my deficit at the moment. We might still be able to make up for it. I've got translated things waiting to go out. But yeah, you could still get great works and be able to put things out and satisfy things, and then make more points out of what you put out there. So, I think with all that said, he can't fulfill a thing, so he is doing a location tile, apparently. And it's going to be Academy. I haven't shuffled his study tiles. So the track he is going up will be... He hasn't had one of these shuffled in, I do apologise. We'll just have to say it was on the bottom of his stack. Green. Uh-oh. Green means he can take a card, but he can't. The level 1 isn't there, so actually he doesn't get anything just yet. In fact, he's had the level 2, hasn't he? So he's going to have to wait until he gets to level 3, but he will get a pinaxe tile next time he goes up the green. This is my blue, I assume so, because he hasn't navigated. So my turn. Gotta do something with these cheapy dice. So, what colour have I got 2 of out there? We've got a chance to get more harbour things going. I haven't got paper at the moment. It's going to hold me back launching him. Having him is worth, I think it's 3 points for bees. Just thinking if I took a harbour action, where would I move him to? You could take a school action first, because the next person to do something is 2 time. But these dice, he should do nav, since great work is missing. Or will he not go if... What? He'll still work towards the level 3 great work, won't he? Let me have a look. Where did he go? Academy. Oh, he takes what he can and then does it. I get what you mean. Thank you. Then does navigation. So goes there and gets 2 crits. Thank you very much. So, yeah. What are we doing? I need to go and get a King's Favour, but we could hand these in. Blue wants to be next to green, which is no good right now. So I think I would like a King's Favour. So I'm going to pay... a research token to put him out, which means I can't do an executive action with him, but he's only a 1 value, so I'm not heartbroken about that. And it gives me a time discount. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pay 1 time. And I can load up my boats or get a level 3 translation token. There's no way. They are worth 2 points, I think, at the end, translation tokens. But there's no way I'm getting to... now calculating is a pivot towards getting a level 3 possible. I don't think so. So I'm going to take resources, and we will take papyrus on the off chance we go to the gardens and get that guy and need it. Then we're getting King's Favour. So that's going to be 2 time. I don't have a grace, so I can't take one of these. we are going to go for... I'm tempted to go for the double orange. And then we just... Okay, you took this, though. Can't take the orange and green, though. I could probably translate another orange before we satisfy a thing. I'm taking the double orange. Decided. That's my turn, I think. He can't do his thing yet, so he is location tiling. He is navigating. He's going here and filling up. Uh-oh. Just one thing. And then his track is going to be the orange one, so he just moves there. Then... I am going to do this orange one because I think it's going to be quite lucrative. It's only going to get me one library token, I think. But points-wise, it's okay, I think. It'd be good if it was next to greens as well. Where's that card gone? Oh, it's here. Yeah, 'cause you can't have 3. Yeah, do it. So we're going to say, this orange here, get me 2 time. And trigger twice for being next to craft tiles. So 6 points. And then this one here gets me an ink. And triggers 3 times for 12 points. Caught up a bit better there. And I get a library token. Maybe didn't need to uncover that thing after all. Pay 2 time to get 2 papyrus. And get another cube off. This location tile and be able to adjust these things. Oh wait, I don't need to send him. I can still do a harbour in the future. I'm just forgetting I'm not using the dice. What cube do you want to take off? It's this. Academy with a thing. I'm not going to do that. Movie ship 3 for every time? Yeah. Then. That's my turn finished, I think. I did this, didn't I? He can't fulfill his thing, so he is going to take the first die that he comes to. And it's a 1 to 3, so he does the top thing of school. Up all of his guys that are here. And then roll to fill up. You're going to go there with a 2 on you. Nope, different number, please. You are going to go there with a number 2 on you. And that's his school action. Then... I'm going to pay 1 to go harbour here. Let's just fill it up with stuff. Navigation, not harbour. I'm tempted to go to the school. But it's 4 away, annoyingly. Just have to pay the time to go and do it. I mean, you could return to Alexandria and then go out. But no, we'll return to Alexandria another time. Could go to the gardens and get a person, but I don't think so. We've got school here. And then you could Scriptorium later. So what would you do with this? I think we've got to get more crates out. Crates? Scrolls. Get them translated before he can even blink. Right. All I need to do is translate a single orange to satisfy this again, and we could just get a green to put that out in the future. There isn't a great way for orange to score right now, or blue for that matter, but it's what we've got. So do you get something else in the meantime? But I can't come here again. I need to go away somewhere first and then come back in a future harbour action to do that again. And you would get what? Just the single green. To be able to get something good here, we've got just you of 2. You could get bumped up to a 3. Yeah, you want to do a school action. We can get time back. We've got silver. So I need to pay 2 time, unfortunately. And then, why are you on 2? You should be on 3. So you could executive action and pay a silver to put him out first in the executive action bit. As I didn't forget, honestly. And then you could tick him up 2 for free. There is an orange and green out, but you're not going to get stuff out for that. Well, these guys should be refilled. So that was 2. Put them out 3, 4. And that's all my discount used. And then you could just come out. Oh, I'd have to pay 2 crates to put you out. Blue could come out. Tip you up later. In fact, I get a free tip up, don't I? So you can be a 3, and we'll make sense of what to do with that later. So that was me coming to the school. I'm going to run out of time again. He hasn't got a location tile anymore, so he will navigate, I believe. So he can probably do stuff at the Scriptorium. So his highest thing, and then his leftmost. So in this situation, Shelley, he can't translate, can he? Because he would translate. He's got a blue 4. And then 2 green 4. So he'd take his highest in his left, a 4 and a 2. And then not be able to translate anything. So he just wouldn't come, would he? So he would skip this space. And gardens instead. Does he qualify? Has he got 2 orange out? No. Has he got an orange and 2 other things? Surely. So he's going to take this guy, place on navigate and do it again. Stop me if I'm doing anything wrong. Hey Doug, oh, you got speakeasy yesterday. You're in for a treat. I'm very excited to play it again. Explain that they just need to go up in the... Oh, you're talking about Phoenix Tiles. Correct. So he's navigating again because of the scholar that he took. That's me. And he is going to get King's Favour, but he won't because he's already got 2 cards. So he continues. He's going to go to the harbour, get a crate tile, again worth 2 points each, and he's going to place in the last place he can put something there. That's his turn. Then did I get goods for going there? I don't think I took goods for going to that one. Oh, rather than moving the boat back, we can just pay a time to go here. So it's going to cost 3 time to get a King's Favour card. Is this going to be worth very few points? One is basically going to trigger the points of the other. That should be refilled. The goods on them are worth points at the end anyway. I just don't have access to use them. So it's not essential that we get back to the start to do stuff. I'm going to executive action for 3 points. maybe delivering them isn't the thing to do. Although it blocks spaces off for him, but on the other hand, there's no good space to put a blue thing right now. There's nowhere that a blue will trigger. He'll just put it here and get nothing for it. If his other one is an orange, there's a way for orange to score well. So where's the 4 guy? He's at the school. So if I executive actioned him over to here, if you don't have to pay for him once he's out, it's still worth points translating. Then we'll probably have to deliver something. So you can translate the 6, no problem. You're just saying an action. So then you'd end up with spare an orange and green, but you haven't got anywhere to have a King's Grace to take that combo. So you'd have to take many separate things. Green scores for being next to orange and blue. Blue just scores for being next to green. It's tricky. But I need to just do something, don't I? So yeah, come to the Scriptorium, and we'll do that with this. So yeah, what you were going to do before. So you can translate me the 6. And you can't translate me anything, though. So you're going to get another orange, weren't you? So I thought I could do like a 4-pointer instead. Yeah, even with the +1 from this. You could, instead of getting the 3 points, get that later. You could get the 2 steps up on a guy, but then it's just going to cost you a lot of time. So you can do these 2. You get a discount of 4, 5 time out of 12, so it's still going to cost 7. I think time is going to be what stops us here. You have a wild 4. Do I? So yeah, I'm just going to translate these, and that's going to be worth 8 points. Caught up for now, he's still got all of this. And what we do at the end, he's probably got better on his Pin-X tiles than me. They stay there. These refill. That from there. That from there. Refill that with my choice. And that's that. Oh, 2 things off here. I've not really got many left. Translated a lot. Just not done it in a very effective way. He's going to do a generation card, which is... We don't know because I haven't shuffled it after he picked things. You could have used him instead, but it would have had to be another orange. Oh, him. Yeah. I don't know if that's worked out. So we can put it out now. It'll be worth some points. We'll probably have to put something in this time space. Just put the blue out there on its own. And the orange next to the craft here. Generation tile is going to be garden. So he's not under the garden for moving things there. First one he qualifies for. Has he got 2 orange? Nope. Has he got 2 blue? Nope. Has he got a green and 2 other things? Yes. Oh, so that goes in his location tiles, and then that goes in his location tiles, and he immediately does King's Favour, but he doesn't because he's got 2 cards. So he goes there, but he navigates, I think. So he would come here and school. Oh yeah, I've got ×6 die, thank you. He ticks up all of his people by 2. And you become a 6. And I get a good, because he's coming onto my space. Oh yeah, the Pinax tile. There's something there, basically, would be going from 6 to 10, would be worth 4 points. So yeah, if I don't... He hasn't used those people either. I've got someone at the school. Why have I done that? Just harbour there and keep giving me stuff. He's not really giving it me, though. It's not holding him back in any way, is it? So do we want to get 6 time? Well, he's still in the Bs, I think. I think you're a C. But I haven't got a King's Grace to get stuff. Need to get King's Favour, which I can't afford right now unless I do this first. Do I need to get a King's Favour? Is it worth it? Putting this stuff, I suppose it blocks him from putting any more things out. Not that he's necessarily going to get any points for doing it. I can't translate anymore, though, while these are still here. So... Blue wants to be next to green, so that wouldn't trigger. So you could do the lower blue and see if you could get it out later. But we probably couldn't. I'm going to put these out. So the low-cost blue and the orange. Oh! Seal's gone. Loose seal. And the cheap blue. So the orange is the only thing that will score for being next to a craft tile. So you'll go there and get me 4 points, and unfortunately it's not mine. You need great works to go in these spaces, I believe. But then you need to be next to a green, and so can't score. So I either... I suppose, like, this is already scoring 3 for these. Or these. I can't make it score more by putting something there. I think I'm already scoring the maximum for that at 3 in many different ways. So I'm going to pop this on its own down here and get 5 time. And it doesn't score at all, and I get no library tokens from it. Sad times. Green wants to be next to orange, though, so I think we get a thing for green next time. Turn after, put it out there, and it'll score twice for 6. Not loads of points, is it? He can't do his thing still. I believe that's... Yeah, I did a thingy tile. Generations. He's going to school. But he doesn't have to play. So, oh, do I want to spend 2 time to get 2 crates and get a cube off? I don't think I do anymore. No. He's going to school. So, puts his people up. Is there any eventuality if he's already... I think he'll still be okay with it if he got 2 up, wouldn't he? If he's not able to increase the total knowledge in any way, he'll do navigation. He did it in some way. He'll be able to translate a couple of good things. If he ever goes there, this would be a good time to try and end it, wouldn't it? Because 1 more tile in there means that there's only 2 and it would trigger the end of the game. In a way that means there isn't another turn as well. There's no more round. You just finish the round. But I'm going to have to... Is there a way for me to do harbour even? I don't think there is. Oh, I'm on the thing. So if we did harbour to do it, it would cost me 2 4 time rather than the 3 here. But I would also get 3 more goods. And goods are every 3 a point? Yes. So it's another point for going there with the harbour. Time isn't worth any points at the end. So I think that's the way to get the King's Favour card for green. So we're going to harbour. Oh no, it cost me an extra here, isn't it? 2, 3, 4 time. And then 2 here. So actually, quite a lot of time. We can still get that, maybe. Do you want to get that first? Have I got time? What if he can put stuff out and he triggers the end of it? He's first player, you'd still get a turn. To do this, he might get another thing, but he's not going to submit it yet. He would submit it, you would submit it. But he might get something that's green. Stick with the plan. Hope that the die is available. Do all of this. Get a good on each. We'll say paper, because I can see 3 paper tokens in front of me. This is some points at least. And we're taking a green, which gives me a research token. And that's my turn. Remember to get this used as well. He can't complete a thing, so he's doing a generation, which is harbour, which he does not have a person underneath. So he is... Oh, he can't. So he does navigation instead. So he is coming here and getting 2 things. Then I don't have to do this right now. Although if I do, it's the end of the game. And he's not going to get stuff. He's going to get 1 more turn. And he's not going to get to place anything. He might translate stuff. But if I get time, I could potentially translate like 1 more thing. But I think denying him is probably better. I'm going to submit this. Well, first, you might as well get 3 points from your executive action. You're going to lose out on executive actions, potentially. I know there'll be 3 tiles left. The game won't end. That's empty. And that. There are 4 empty at the moment. That would leave 3. So you can still do stuff. So you might as well spend a silver to get 6 time to try and do something with it. Although he's going to pass. Ah! He's going to do the die thing. He's going to get that, but I don't think I cared about that. So he's going to do the top thing, which is King's Favour, but he can't because he's got 2 cards, so he'll do the bottom thing, but he can't, so he will do navigation, I think, for his last action. So does he just return to Alexandria with it? He's done a full loop-the-loop. Or does he go to the next one along and he just returns to Alexandria at the end? That would probably make sense. So he hasn't passed yet. So I've got 2 turns technically. I'll do his thing when I get a word from you about it. Let's translate. I've got 4 orange, so I could do that for no time. I didn't even need the time, did I? But the end of the game isn't getting triggered by you doing these things, is the point. You can translate something for 6, but you're not going to get to do anything with it. You need to trigger this. And he's choosing the wrong things. Is there going to be a 4th generation, after all? Yes, he stops at Alexandria just like a player. Thank you. So he gets the points for these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. Is he on? I believe he was on 68 because that's where I caught up to him. At least he's getting him at the end no matter what. And then he puts an orange from here to here and replaces it with a blue. This is going to be a 4th generation, isn't there? So I've got school here. I might as well, while the space is free, submit this, even if it's not going to end the game. He might end the game if he puts things out. But I might as well have the bonuses and use them. So 3 will trigger twice for 6 points. And I get 2 library tokens. Yeah, I never needed that infinite in the end. And what was on the space? A crate. Let's have money. He's going to pass. And take first player. Oh, no, he isn't. No, he isn't. That's a lie. He's going to do these guys first. Is it left to right he does them? The local scar, leftmost, yes. That one goes there, and then he is going to trigger the end of the game. So that was Academy. Comes here, and he's going up the blue track. Any of the others would be the one that he wanted. Then his next turn will trigger the end of the game, so we finish the round and get 1 more turn each. Is the counter that we're on now. So I've got this turn. I've got 3 turns left. Can I translate? Probably. I don't think you've got a way of getting a King's Favor anywhere, though. Because all I can trigger is School, Scriptorium, Academy, Scriptorium. School. Because of what I've left myself with. So what's going to get you the most points? Well, I think at the end, every 2 that your scholars are worth is a point. Yeah. The young scribes aren't doubled in that case at the end. If you do school first, you'll trigger the end of the game. Consider navigation just to... I think you can send your level 1 guy to the... I've already sent him to the level... I've been zoomed out for ages, aren't I? Sorry. I've already sent my level 1 guy. I think I did him first action. Oh, we're selling the goods for points? Should have done that. Could have done that 4 times, couldn't I? At any point. Because I've got this massive handful of points. In fact, couldn't I? When did I last go to that? It was just when I did that. It's after I translated. Yeah, I could have sent him up there for a time, couldn't I? And when we come back to Alexandria... You won't come back to Alexandria, though, will we? So there's no point imagining that. Oh no, I can. I've got a bonus that lets me return to Alexandria. Yeah. So if you did executive action to put him there, executive action to return your boat to Alexandria, then we can come back, and then four of these things can be given to him. Will be given to the muses for 8 points. Missing a trick, not earning it. At the start, he's scared and you want the resources to spend for stuff, but ages ago, I probably should have been nipping him up here for a bit and getting some money. So I get the rest of them. And then put that one out there. Let's replace it with an orange one. So yeah. One of each type of exit. I'm right. That's okay. You can do one of each type of executive action. But then what's your turn? I don't know. You probably want to. But if you do that... Oh yeah, your main action has to be navigation. Yeah, but I could have sent him ages ago when I did a navigation action. Or you must pass. Oh, I could do it for the... So I could pass for my last turn and do that. And then we don't have to imagine a situation where I did that. But I should have sent him ages ago. Okay, then we'll keep all the things that I've paid for it, and we'll just do that as my last... When the end of the game's triggered, I will just pass. And do that. It means I'm going to have to pass. So, for my turn in the meantime... So I'll have a turn, he'll trigger the end, and I'll get a turn, and then we both get a turn. So he's still here for now, but I've paid all the costs for that. We won't take that back. I'll just pay a crate and get 2 time. Just thinking, do my bonuses count for anything here? Not really. So you could have the 3. Because he was there first. That's not an executive action, is it? So you haven't done one this turn. You could bring him in there. So I paid a crate for him to go in there and get a research token. I'm just thinking, with a 3 discount, and then another crate and a research token there, because you can bring one in from the residence as a 2. No, that doesn't add to the value. No, you can't do that. Makes no difference if you put him out. Discount of time, not adding to the knowledge. Just stick with the getting you 2 little points for this. But it doesn't cost me any time. I'm doing it with this. Two points. He will do navigation and trigger the end of the game. The lowest blue is removed. So we finish the round, 1 more turn each. He is going on navigation. And he goes there and gets 2 crates. I am going to go to the school and get a thing. Yeah, just move him over. It doesn't matter which. Get a snake. And we'll just train you with the freebies from the orange. I need that back. So with 4 free movements, you can go straight to 6. And then we might as well spend the whole rest of the time training anyone else. You'll come in at a 1. Oh, only 2 people can come over, though. So you can't spend all of your time, but it's some points at the end. 3 time can be spent. You can have a 6. He's got nothing left to do, so we'll pass. I have to pass, or the game will end. So I will pass and get a snake and do the stuff that I did last time. Well, we could have had this on something. I suppose 2 research tokens would have made the best for resources at the end, wouldn't it? Rather than getting 1 resource. And then final thing, I put the executive on there. I moved him and spent the time. And we brought the boat back and blah, blah, blah that we did earlier and rearranged it all. Is it going to be enough? He's got 2 Pinax tiles. At least he never got another one. And he never did all these King's Favours that he built up. So let's do his final scoring first. Because anticlimactic if we do mine and then he blasts past me. Well, if he's going to win by miles, I think it's going to be disappointing anyway. Right. So the knowledge dice on his scribes, 1 for every 2 knowledge. Yeah, he never went to things. Hey fella, how's it going? I can't remember if I said hello, but hello if I didn't. So he's got 3 6s for 2 each, so that's 9 points. Then his Pinax tiles, and we score them as best as he can. He got dealt 2 at the start of the game. We score them as best we can for what he's got. So I think the best he can get from this plus... We can zoom out on this, can't we? The most he can get from his plus is these 3 here, I believe. I don't think there's a better way of him getting any points. So they're removed. And 3 things, 1, 2, 3, is worth 10 points. So he is on 101. And then his other one here, I think you can rotate it and score 2 of it is the best that he can do. 2 is worth 6 points. He's got 107. Then his scholar cards, he got 1, 2, 5, 8. 115, and then crates, 2 each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 119. Will all of this big pile of stuff get me there? So normal final scoring. So don't forget bits. So all of this stuff divided by 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think so. I've got the dice values. 2 for each translation stone you've got at the end. Scribes divided by 2 is going to be 6. Let me close though. Pinax tile, I think we got 3 out of it. Yeah, I can say this is my central tile, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 for 10 points. Oh, scholars. Are they all A's? I think it's a tie. 1 point each. Which really... Doesn't Solo usually say you need to win? No, there's tiebreakers. Most seals removed from your workshop. Well, I don't know. Maybe the tiebreaker... Maybe the real lesson is... we're as good as each other. Usually you have to beat the solo player. What about first tiebreaker that applies? So he hasn't got seals. Most invited scholar cards, well, he's got 4. So I don't like that. Either way, it's, yeah, incredibly close no matter what the final score was. I think considering I hired at least one scholar that didn't really get used, one should have been parked here and could probably have just been making a couple of trips and jumping back to Alexandria and making some points from that. Yeah, a bit unlucky with the things going out, but yeah, I'm pleased with how that's ended up anyway. It looked at one point like he was running away with it, about 30 points in front, but you can see like he ended up concentrating on other stuff, and lucky in the end that he didn't end up getting the right track on the academy. Like if he'd gone up to one that was available, he would have been able to put another one of these out and probably would have scored big from putting that out or triggered the end of the game sooner. And yeah, there's things where like at the end of the second generation, probably shouldn't have gotten that scholar card just because I had a guy there. You still get the bonus of the thing coming out. Probably could have done something else instead. But woulda, shoulda, coulda. It's still a great time, and we can agree. Me and Zoticus have agreed that we are both the best librarian in Alexandria, but it don't really matter because it's getting demolished. Now we've run out of time, so there we go. And that's it. So the Great Library is on Kickstarter for I think about a day and a half. It's definitely in its last 48 hours. Or maybe it's not. It's in its last few days anyway. So there is still time to head over to the campaign page, see all of the final stuff. But yeah, imagine this basically with a few tweaks. Maybe there's extras and things available. You can see all of those on the page. And yeah, it's the next big Visa Lacerda game. If you like the way Visa Lacerda games work, if you like the way that they make your mind bend, then yeah, I think you'll love it. Because yeah, it's every single like this is a sponsored video. I should say, like, can't remember if I said it at the start. Say it in the post. So trying to avoid the opiniony things, but yeah, it's always it's not necessarily surprising anymore, but how each one ends up coming up with a wildly different action selection thing. And in this case, rather than it being like the executive actions are still there and help you boost actions, but they aren't necessarily letting you take extra actions. Like say, you know, getting kicked out in the gallery, you can take a whole extra turn from that. It's not letting you do that, but the sheer kind of scope of how you can take those actions, especially when you've got those invited scholars aboard and they have got workers that can go out anywhere and workers that have got their own special action space that have got a cost on them but not in time and can't get blocked by anybody else. And you've got these dice that like they rolled very, very well for if you want to use them for actions, but say they hadn't, if you've got like the think this unlocked or the crates on there to be able to manipulate them. Because I've been going so long, I will try not to like we had for Speakeasy. I loved that long discussion, but I need to go bed because it's 11:15. But yeah, it is terrifying, like learning a Vita Lacerda game with a big deadline. But like I'll say for this one as well, I don't know how much it means because things are different for everyone. Some people are like will say, I think the Gallerist is a really good one to get started. Some people find On Mars really easy to learn, and I'd say that's the maybe not to learn, but the hardest one for me to like form a strategy at or feel like I know where I am in the game. So it's different for everybody. But I'll say that there's still like trying to maximize. It's hard to like maximize your efficiency and all of that stuff, but like with Speakeasy, it was just kind of it's a lot of the core stuff like snapped in place just from the first go through the rulebook. So there's still like bits and bobs to remember, and I've got my own thoughts rattling around. But yeah, I like there's been hiccups, but I think it's been quite a lovely, smooth experience, and especially with the solo as well. Like, even with, I'm aware that as I'm saying it's easy to learn and smooth and stuff. Like, well, you forgot stuff, but I'll forget stuff all the time. And yeah, lucky that it all worked out. I got a nice bit of time to practice a couple of times. I It massively helped Heavy Cardboard as well. If you'd like to see another solo playthrough, Heavy Cardboard did a tag team one. It's helpful as well after that's been my viewing today, because I thought, yeah, we'll try and reinforce that I know what I'm doing. And yeah, that has been watched in bits while my baby daughter slept. I was hoping for a nap long enough to have another go of it. That definitely didn't happen. So there we go. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Shelley, for arranging all this and letting me play another Visa Lacerda, really. Hey, in an ideal world, I'm thinking this time next week for a Speakeasy stream. In reality, there probably isn't, but there's one coming at some point soon because I want to, while everything's still swimming around in my head, we need to do better at being gangsters, hooch runners. But yeah, there'll be stuff around. There's pre-recorded videos coming up. Great Library is on Kickstarter. I think I've said all of the things. Thank you so much, everyone. Angela, hiya. If I stay on long enough, everyone can catch me live. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Support the game. Support me if you like. Thanks for watching either way. And I will see you in pre-recorded form very soon, I think. Night night. Bye 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 bye.